Shall I start?
Yeah, please.
Fulfillment doesn't come from what we do, but how involved we are. It does depend on, shall I start? It doesn't depend on who you are with.
Yeah, please. I think you can continue, no problem.
Yeah, okay, I thought it's got it going back. I'll start again. Fulfillment doesn't come from what we do, but it comes from how involved we are. It does not depend on who you are with. It depends on how much we are engaged with the people we are right now. Right now, we would have left some task half and then maybe we want to finish this meeting and rush back to the next task. Let's all commit ourselves to be fully engaged for the next 2.5 hours, because this is not just a meeting. It's an important moment of our life where we connect with people, express ourselves, and learn from others. It's an important moment where future leaders are made, future public speakers are made. I'm Ponnambalam Thirumalai, your VP membership, and your Sergeant at Arms for today. Here to welcome you all for meeting number 436. To make sure we are all fully present and engaged, let's keep our videos on and the audio muted. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our president, our humor king, Toastmaster Abdul Rahim.
Meeting number 436 now called to order. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ponnambalam, for standing in for Toastmaster Rajeshwari, our Sergeant at Arms, who could not make it today due to holy celebration, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, my dear fellow Toastmasters, most honored, distinguished guest, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, the only guest we have today as of now. Good evening to all of you, and thank you very much, first of all, attending this beautiful meeting of WMC Toastmasters on a Friday evening, number 436. Let's give ourselves a big round of applause for making it. Thank you again. It's very nice to see that we have 16 members, and I'm sure at least another few will drop in. And first of all, ladies and gentlemen, my dear fellow Toastmasters, I have an important announcement to make, right? So next week, Friday, which is March 25th, we have a very important event in our Toastmasters in District 20, which is Division D contest. Okay, as we all know, our contestants, not our contestants, our proud contestants who have moved from club to area level, and they have moved over to now to division level, where they are going to compete in 4 different contests next week. So let me just introduce them to you, just to remind about them. Okay, let's get Prabodhaji, can you please disable or rather enable the screen sharing? Thank you. So our contestant for screen sharing is stop. Okay, let me just open it for you. Somehow though it's not coming up. I don't know why. Anyway, our international speech contestant is Toastmaster Norman Das. He will be representing our club. For humorous speech contest is Toastmaster Yashodan Abhayankar. And evaluation speech contest is Toastmaster Jeffrey Abraham. And finally, our tabletop contestant is Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan. Big hand for all of them. We wish you all the best next week, and we will be there to applaud you, to support you, and to encourage you and to inspire you. All the very best to all our contestants. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as far as the grammar goes, we have already announced the word of the day, which is again, let me try to open it. There is nothing to show. Somehow my attachment is not working. I don't know why. Okay, can you see? Can you see anything?
No, you are attachment free. So there is no attachment now with your life.
Let me try one more time.
Only commitment is left.
Okay. Oh, it's not correct. I don't know why. What about now?
Now you have bought in. We can see.
Okay. So we have the word of the day, quietude, which we already discussed, which is, of course, a noun, a state of being calm and peaceful. Of course, this also means a state of being cool, composed, collected. So you can use this word. I'm sure many of you have already used, and I have the marks with me for all of them who have used, and we will continue to marks for you. Award marks for you, whoever uses this particular word today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the word appropriately used, you will be getting 1 mark, and for table topics commentary, if you're going to use the word, you will be getting 2 marks, and for any other impressive usage of the language like phrases, quotations, appropriate quotations, you will be earning 1 mark. The other thing is, if you have any blemish or improper language, you might lose 0.5 marks. Okay, and also excessive usage of the word is also discouraged, as I mentioned. Now, for the benefit of our new members, I am the grammarian, and my job, of course, is to put forward the word of the day today and to monitor the language of today's meeting. That doesn't mean I am an authority on the language, just for the benefit of new members like Toastmaster Mohammed Nabir and others. It just means that I'm taking up this assignment to polish my own skill, polish my own grammar and language today. I'm learning also. So tomorrow you may be the one to do this job. So whoever takes this assignment, any assignment, for example, general evaluation speeches, table Toastmaster, they are trying to learn, polish their own skill. So anybody will be assigned any time. So having said that, I encourage all of you to use the word today appropriately, and let's look forward to a wonderful grammar-rich, language-rich meeting. So having said that, let me now invite our guest, Toastmaster Dr. Sanjay Gupta, to introduce yourself.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Sorry, Abdul Rahim, can you give an examples of the use of quietude? So for everyone,
Yeah.
Sorry for interfering, but
That's good. Thank you very much, Dr. Babu, for that. Well, quietude. When we go to temples, every time I go to a temple, I feel an atmosphere of quietude, peace, a peace prevailing, a semblance of peace. So another thing is, whenever we go to seashore or whenever we go to any spiritual person, we see that atmosphere, that aura of quietude prevailed there. So that's one way you can use it. Okay, now Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for calling me to this club, and it's a privilege for me to be part of a visitor on this club, and I'll try to learn from how a seasoned club, reaching almost, I think, 400 plus, reaching 450 plus meetings. So this is a meeting that is conducted very professionally, and try to implement it in my meetings and encourage my members to come forward as seasoned as all of you are. And my role here is to be quiet, to be quiet and observe as much as possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sanjay Gupta. And we are honored with your presence. And as Dr. Babu said, we are looking forward to you to join our club. Okay. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we have a theme which is living in the moment, right? So, let me just talk a few things about living in the moment before our Toastmaster of the day takes the podium. Well, living in the moment does not mean that we neglect our past or we forget our future. Living in the moment means you're living today, but you're not ruining your today by worrying about tomorrow and by regretting about yesterday, right? Most of us, we tend to ruin our today by what happened yesterday, regretting. For example, today I did not win any contest. If I start thinking about it, if I start regretting about it, I may lose my present time, isn't it? Which is very important because time is not waiting for anybody. Time is not thinking, okay, now Abdul Rahim is thinking about his yesterday. Let us stop now because he's not living in the moment. He's thinking about yesterday. Time is not stopping. Time and tide wait for none. It moves on. Whatever you think, whatever you do, time keeps rolling. So it's always ideal that we live in the present. At the same time, taking the inspiration, taking the guidance from our past. As they say, past is not a place of residence. Past is a place of reference, right? So what is reference? Reference is something that we draw information. For example, we go to library and we read books and we collect information, but we don't go to library with our pillow, a blanket and go and sleep there because it is not a place of residence. It's a place of reference. Similarly, our past, our yesterday, we might have made mistakes, we might have committed errors, but what we do is we try to recollect them, correct them, and move forward, which again doesn't mean that we forget tomorrow. What are some of the future worries people have? Can anybody say the worries about our future? For example, some people worry about old age. When we are old, who will support us? Will our children support us? Who will be there? Can anybody say any other worries that you think about future?
Children's future. Children's.
Yes, exactly. Children's future. Yes, many people, many parents worry about children's future, what their future will be. Exactly. Any others?
When will the meeting end? In time or not?
That depends on the general evaluator. That's what is my concern.
Today it's with you, Manoj Pandey. How to end it, when to end it, your general evaluator. Any other points you want to mention about future worries? What normally people worry?
Health, state of health.
Health concern.
Health concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about
So
to say the
things-
same, health concern. Yeah.
Health concern, yes. So if we fall sick, what will happen? Who is going to take care of us? If the pandemic continues, what will happen? What's going to happen? If I lose my job, what will happen to my family? Will I get another job? Even if I get another job, will I get the same salary? When we go back to India, how will I continue my life? Having lived Bahrain 20 years, 30 years, what will happen? How do I continue living in India? So many worries we have, isn't it? There is a beautiful Hindi song of the 60s. It says, न जाने कौन सा पल मौत की अमानत हो, न जाने कौन सा पल मौत की अमानत हो, हर एक पल की खुशी को गले लगा के जियो, न मुंह छुपा के जियो और न सर झुका के जियो. Manoj Pandey, can you please brief this about this song? What is the meaning in a nutshell?
Yeah, this song says that you have to live your life, and life should not be lived either to hide your face or to bow down your face. It has to be lived with every moment, and whatever comes, we just have to embrace it. Jindagi ko gale laga ke jiyo. You have to just embrace it. Over to you.
Beautiful. This was penned by Sahib Ludhian. It says, न जाने मौत कौन सा पल मौत की अमानत हो. We don't know which moment will be the moment when the
Of death.
then we succumb to death. हर एक पल की खुशी को गले लगाते जियो. The joy of every moment, embrace it and continue. So it's a great lyrics emphasizing or underscoring the philosophy of living in the moment. So ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, living in the moment doesn't mean we forget about yesterday, neither we ignore the tomorrow. This means that we learn from the past mistakes, we move ahead with the plan for the future, but at the same time enjoying without worrying about yesterday and without being anxious about tomorrow. Of course, we are human beings. We cannot be completely detached from all these things, but as much as we try, we are going to get better. As we practice, we are going to get better in this. So with that, Toastmaster Ovin Prasta, our VP Education, who is also the Toastmaster of the day today, can we request you to kindly confirm if all the assignees are here?
Good evening, everybody. Mr. President, all the assignees are here.
Okay.
You may go ahead and
start
them.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So let us have somebody. Last time, Visham Jeffrey, he mentioned a very valid point that we must adopt the agenda format, which we must do. So if the general evaluator makes a point, it's our prerogative that we implement those good valid points. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything. If it comes and just talks and then goes, we don't improve. Doesn't make sense. So can I ask or request somebody to propose the agenda? Nobody.
No, one
Yeah.
point. One point before doing it, there is a small correction is required. Madam Troy is doing her speech project 2. She has already completed project 3. Okay, so that's the only change here. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So Toastmaster Yashodhan is proposing, and who is seconding to adopt the agenda? Dr. Babu Ramachandran. Oh, thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. So it's now 4:19. I'm supposed to give control to the Toastmaster of the day at 4:22. So I have 3 minutes. So fellow Toastmasters, today we have a Toastmaster who has been assigning Toastmaster role for the last 9 months to other people, other members actually. So he's been doing it so consciously, so intelligently. Today he thought that I will do this role, which is a very welcome sign, because officers who serve the club, they also have their own aspiration. They also have their own agenda for improving their communication and leadership skills. So today he is going to be our Toastmaster of the day. What I can say about our VP Education Toastmaster Ovin is that in the last 9 months we have worked together. Here is a man who pays a great deal of attention to detail, as you might have already seen, and a man who is very systematic, very professional, with a very mature head. That's what I observed while interacting with him. And he doesn't throw assignments on the forum or anywhere. What he does is he talks to members individually, talks to them, speaks to them, and gets their confirmation. If they are not willing or if they are hesitant, he empowers them, he encourages them, he motivates them to take up the role. And every Tuesday evening, you can see the agenda coming for the last 9 months without any delay. And that is not an easy task, because it requires a lot of investment in time, investment in energy, talk to people, get them together, marshal the resources, get all the people together. It's a lot of organization skills that we must appreciate. Apart from that, he's also a leader who observes every member's progress. That's what I observed. For example, last week he told me our Toastmaster Rajeshwari, while she speaks, she is pausing for every word. She shouldn't pause. We should talk to her saying that she should not pause after every word, which is a very valid point. And I really appreciate that VP Education is so closely observing each member's skills. Wherever it is falling below par, he is taking note, and he is observing, and he is telling them that this is where you need to focus and improve. So a VP education job, as we all know, we have all been VP education, most of us here, is a very, very challenging. And at the same time, it's a very time consuming. And what Toastmaster Owen has done in the last 9 months, I'm sure the educational goals, educational quality that we have achieved in WMC Toastmasters, a huge alliance share goes to our VP education. So, ladies and gentlemen, with great pleasure and pride, let me invite our VP education, Toastmaster Owen Krasta, as Toastmaster of the day.
आने वाला पल जाने वाला है, आने वाला पल जाने वाला है, हो सके तो इसमें जिंदगी बिता दो, पल जो ये जाने वाला है, हो. Thank you, Mr. President, for this wonderful introduction. Let us focus and try to live in the moment during our meeting. I will ensure we'll have a minute or two in quietude during this particular meeting. As I sang this particular song, maybe Madam Treya won't understand what are the words. She didn't get it, I guess. So it's better to explain. It says the moment will come and it will pass by, but we forget to leave. We should leave that particular moment. That's what it says, and make it a wonderful moment. So today's theme, when you're talking about, first I will talk about, I guess Dr. Sajid Kumar is there. Looks like it's Dr. Sajid Kumar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Sajid Kumar, do you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I am Dr. Sajid, pediatrician in American Mission Hospital. So I was invited by Dr. Babu. So I was glad to be in the meeting.
Thank you for joining us.
Dr. Saji is also a member of the Bahrain
Yes.
Medical Fraternity.
Bahrain Medical. Yeah, sorry, sir.
Okay.
I am Bahrain Medical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot.
Just to talk about WMC Toastmaster Club, is one of the pioneers club of this island. This club was started way back in 2003 with H. Jose as the sponsor, Matthew Min as the mentor, and Dr. Babu Ramachandran as founder president. We are very happy Dr. Babu is still among us. Thank you, Dr. Babu, being part of this wonderful club and guiding us all the time. Gautam Buddha once said, "The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, or not to anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly." The moment of we are living in this particular moment, what happens in the moment, let us think about it. If we start our day and try to go out, and we are so used to the process, at times what happens, your car, you take out the car, it has happened a couple of times with me. On the weekends, I go driving my car and go straight to the Bahrain West Harbor. Where is my office? My car will take me over there. Then I have to realize, no, my wife will shout, we have to go to Megamart for a shopping or Lulu for the shopping. So then I realize, oh, yes, I'm going it. That's what happens in the busy life. We always forget. So I'm having slight share. I will be sharing my screen. Yes, we talk about the living in the moment, and if you want to live an amazing life, a truly abundant, happy life, make it a priority to live more in the present moment. I would like to call upon, before introducing all the role players, as a grammarian, He has given his introduction. He has done his part. I would like to ask him what is his thought about living in the moment. Timer, please note, we will give all the speakers 1 minute of time. Once 1 minute over, you may flash red light.
So should I start now?
Yeah.
Toastmaster of the day, my dear fellow Toastmasters. Well, living in the moment is as in the book of which is called The Power of Now. It's very beautifully mentioned that when you are regretting about the past, you are living in you're living in the past. When you are worrying, you're living in the future. But when you're at peace with yourself, you're living in the present. Present, for example, is, as they say, present. It's a gift. Present. So we have to take that gift and we have to live every second, every moment. When you take care of that now, every now, the whole life will take care of it. You just need to focus on that particular moment. That particular, live the best of your ability, best of your capacity in that particular one moment. Take care of each moment. The whole life will be taken care of. You don't need to focus on the whole thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, always, as I mentioned earlier, living in the moment does not mean that you don't worry about past or future. You just focus on the moment, at the same time planning for the future. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for that insight. Let's create that moment in 1 minute of silence. I'll be playing a mindful music, and during this 1 minute, let's listen to our breathe and forget about everything else. We have a guru with us, so I will let Aditya Manoj to guide us. If you can play music, Prabodha.
Just sit with your spine straight. Gently close your eyes and just observe the flow of the breath. How the whole identity in your head, your physical body, is connected with the breath from the space that holds you. And this is the greatest miracle happening in the moment. Acknowledge this connection with the breath. One breath in and one breath out. The rest is all the story. Just observe the breath in and out.
Okay, we are done with it. Thank you, Prabodhaji and Manojji, for managing this show. It's time to introduce our role players. We have our dashing president as grammarian today, and he kept us all busy in last couple of days, throwing lots of challenges to make the members break their quietude from the busy schedule by contributing their bit in the group. And now it's the time to introduce our counter. He's youngest member of the club, working in FTC as application developer, staying in Bahrain from past 3 years with his beautiful wife and 2 kids. In his own words, he loves challenges, is a quick learner and self-motivating person. Mark says he is a good listener, so he perfectly suits to take up this challenge today. As our counter, he will be listening us carefully. Chair Mark, please go ahead with your introduction of your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Govind. First of all, happy Holi to all Toastmasters and before and fellow guest. Good evening.
Good
My
evening.
role is a counter. the count of the number of unnecessary sounds or repeating words you may use when you are speaking during the meeting. I will be observing taking note words such as whom's, like. Those are the filler words that we affect to the effectiveness of the speech during the speech. I will be presenting report when upon calling the general evaluator. Back to Toastmaster of the day, Mr. Owen.
Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful introduction of the role.
Thank you.
And let me wish him again today. He is a birthday boy. He is celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Yeah. Thank you for all the wishes. Morning, I said the WhatsApp messages, all the Toastmaster.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Many happy returns.
Yeah. We'll quickly go to the other role player. She's baby of a club, and she's very good at managing the timer role. I guess she has completed her master's in managing the timers role, because I've seen her doing this role umpteen time, and she's always ready to take up any roles, whatever we offer to her, and very dedicated Toastmaster. And she was even at the area level, she has competed, she was the timer in our area contest as well. Very industrious, committed young lady. TM Pragati Kumar. TM Pragati, please introduce and tell us the timing criteria.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, speeches, and the evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, amber, and red light. For table topic, timing criteria is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will display green light. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will display amber light. At 2 minutes, I will display red light. For speeches, timing criteria is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will display green light. At 6 minutes, I'll display yellow light. At 7th minute, I'll display red light. For evaluation, timing criteria is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll display green light. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll display amber light. At 3 minutes, I'll display red light. Back to you.
Thank you. According to Pragati, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, and concentrate the mind on the present moment. She's a perfect choice for the timer role. So let's get into the education session. We have an excellent lineup of speakers today. As they take us on their journey, let's listen to them in quietude. Our first speaker doesn't require any introduction. He is our own Dr. Lau, Dr. Babu. Before I call upon him to speak and introduce him, I would like to introduce the evaluator of Dr. Babu's speech, that is none other than DTM Rekha Uttam. Great human being, coach, mentor, HR professional. I'm truly grateful to her in this term as VP Education, as she has not only taken up all the assignments whenever I wanted her, and she has contributed immensely in achieving the required DCP points as well. So, DTM Rekha Uttam, would you please go with the criteria or the objective of the speech? Floor is yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Owen. Let's break the spell of quietude achieved so far with our education session. Our speaker is attempting his second speech from the pathway Visionary Communication. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. So this is the second speech that we are going to hear. The purpose of the speech is for the member to demonstrate that he has applied the feedback received from his previous speech. The time allocated is 5 to 7 minutes, but our speaker has already taken an anticipatory bail that he is not going to jump the bail, but he is going to exceed the time limit. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. When I asked DTM Rekha Uttam, she has said me this in her own words. Leaving in the moment earlier was the perfect excuse to procrastinate. Just float and do nothing. When I learned to add mindfulness to it, I have learned to give every moment my full attention, not get distracted or diverted. This has made my work efficient, my ideas innovative, and my approach sincere and authentic. What great words. Yeah. So it's time to introduce, I don't think so, I have to introduce this man in Bahrain because everybody know him very well in Bahrain. He is chairman of ICRF and he is head of Amwaj Health Clinic of American Mission Facilities. And a wonderful human being, our go-to person for any sort of medical attentions required. We are there to consult him and he is there for us all the time. And if I go on to introduce him, that will be a speech itself of 5 to 7 minutes. So I'll not do that. I'll quickly call upon Dr. Babu with the speech title, Life Reloaded. Life Reloaded, Dr. Babu Ramachandran. Stage is yours, sir.
Thank you, Owen, for this kind introduction. And before I start, let me see. I don't need to pin the timer. I don't know whether I am spotlighted and I am visible or not. Am I spotlighted? Because technology is little.
No spotlight.
No spotlight.
Pardon?
No spotlight.
Will you be spotlighting me when I speak or?
No. Can continue. Yeah.
I can continue. So the timer is there. I can see the timer. And that's how I see it. Okay, fine. I see myself and I see the timer. Technologically, am I correct? That's my first question.
Yes.
Sure. Before, again, one more point. The feedback that I got from the first speech, because I think with the permission of my evaluator, I think that has to be announced. Correct, Rekha?
Yeah, you can announce, but
yeah, because so that for purpose for everyone to know. When I presented my speech, one of the feedback I got from my evaluator Abdul Rahim was to use a personal story and come back with a different speech or the same speech when I spoke about life. So this is what I'm going to do. Right. Karen Armstrong, the British author, once said, in compassion, when we feel with the other person, we dethrone ourselves from the center of our universe and place that person there. In the quietude of the early morning hours today, I was reflecting on this quotation. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. On the 23rd of October, 2021, as the pandemic was at its peak, Ashokan walked into the office of the Indian Community Relief Fund for the open house where people with problems interact with His Excellency, the Ambassador of India, and we social workers try to solve that. Actually, Ashokan did not walk in. He was supported or assisted by two people as he could not move properly. Sister Lysama on his left side and Nisar Said on his right side. sitting uncomfortably on the chair, he narrated to all of us and to the ambassador and officials that he was suffering from a cancer of the rectum, that is the lower part of the alimentary canal, and was having too much of bleeding. Imagine, he could not work. He was a carpenter by profession, and his state was such that he wanted to go back to his hometown in Kerala. Unfortunately, he had a travel ban imposed on him by his sponsor. And it was not just 500 Bahraini dinars, 1000 Bahraini dinars, or 2000 Bahraini dinars. It was 8,000 Bahraini dinars. And without paying this 8,000 Bahraini dinars, he would not be able to return. That was the problem. It came into our hands, and the ambassador asked us to try to solve this issue. As the chairman of the ICRF and the coordinator of ICRF Life, which stands for Listen, Involve, Foster, and Engage, our team took up this issue. What could we do? 8,000 dinars is a big sum of money. And added to that, if we had to pay to try to get legal advice, that would cost another 1,000 Bahraini dinars. And his condition was deteriorating. He had to go for a surgery, and the surgery could not be done here again because of financial constraints. Time was running out, and we tried to negotiate with the sponsor. This poor carpenter had been cheated by someone, and slowly his debt started increasing, where out of some checks that he had given, the bulk amount rose up to 8,000. He had borrowed just 2,000 BD. Just 2,000 BD in a matter of 3 years had risen to 8,000 BD. Compassion, that's what he needed. We needed compassion for him, and we need people to rally around him to help him to get out of the web he was entangled in. When I had a one-to-one conversation with him, he said, "Doctor, I have already paid 3,000 dinars from my meager earnings to this sponsor of mine, but I cannot work again. If I'm able to work, I will repay every single fills that I owe him. Though legally I don't owe him that much, because the paper says so, I have to do it." God, what a dilemma. Friends, haven't you heard of people in various places going through such agony? Look around, open your eyes, listen. Many cases will come to your notice. But the need of the hour, when Ashokan spoke to me, was to get him out of this entangled feeling that he had. And so we got the embassy lawyer to speak to the sponsor. And after a series of negotiations where I told the sponsor, we are ready to pay 2,000 BD. Already some amount has been paid. Take it or leave it. He is going to die here. And finally, the sponsor agreed to this amount. But then how do we raise the amount? 2,000 plus again another 1,000 BD. ICRF does not have that much of money. Sister Liza Mark came down like an angel, and she said, "I will raise 2,000 dinars. Nisar said, who had just met him in another working place, said, "I will raise 500 dinars. ICRF pulled in with another 1,000 BD more, ready to help out. Friends, I come from the land where the Buddha preached, where Mahatma Gandhi was born, where Mother Teresa lived, and where religions come together in different places, come together for compassion, to help out, as we saw during the pandemic. Here, we had Lysama, a Christian, Nisar Seth, a Muslim, and Ashokan, an Hindu. And these different communities came together to support Ashokan. Finally, we got the amount paid to the sponsor, cleared the travel ban, and at last, after so much of effort, Ashokan flew back to India. He's still in touch with me. He keeps on texting me about his progress, how he is recovering. And I feel so happy when I listen to him. Yes, friends, in the quietude of the morning hours or the evening hours, reflect on those people who need our compassion. Work towards them, helping them with grace and love. You may not be able to help everyone, but still, you may be able to help at least one person in some way or the other. Give another person a life in whichever little way you can. As life stands for listen, involve, foster, and engage. Listen to the person who needs help. Involve them in your social network. Foster a relationship with them and engage them so that they can come into the mainstream of life, either here or wherever they may be. My dear friends, let's all imbibe the spirit of compassion and move forward, reaching out to those who need our care. We will be able to make a difference. Life, give a life to someone. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. What an inspiring speech. As Dr. Babu says, his passion is empowering people, and truly he's doing that with this work and with this involvement. We'll go to the next speech. Before I call upon our next speaker, I may call upon her speech evaluator, TM Panambalam, Toastmaster Panambalam. He should be the right person to talk about today's theme, as he's so much into spiritualism and attainment of nirvana, which is no surprise because he's a counselor of Gavaliers, managing all the young teenagers. May we have the objective of speech, please?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and my speaker in particular. My speaker today is attempting the path Presentation Mastery, Level 2, and project Understanding Your Communication Style. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication style and identify his or her primary style, and to share the impact of her style on others and on herself. I wish all the best to my speaker. Timer, please note the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Panambalam. Our next speaker is a mathematician by profession, dedicated Toastmaster. She always keeps smiling, and she's part of many clubs in this island. But when I've spoken to her, she said she would like to give this credit of this level 2 to WMC Toastmasters Club. I really appreciate her gestures towards WMC Toastmasters Club. And she's going to talk about, and whenever, if you see her free, then most of the time, I guess I've seen her a couple of times in the farmers, the farmers market, where she promotes the vegetation, and also she brings out all the vegetables and doing some kind of a charity over there. So let's introduce our next speaker, DTM Tureya Juma Abdullah, with a speech title, Listen with curiosity, speak with honesty. Listen with curiosity, speak with honesty. DTM Troya Juma Abdullah. Stage is yours, ma'am. You're mute.
Have you faced a situation where you were communicating or sharing an idea with an audience? It could be your spouse, your family, your friends, or co-worker, and you thought you were doing great, to realize that the message did not get across in the right way or what you aimed for. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmaster, honorable guest. Like many of us who gather today to learn art of communication and leadership, I faced several situations where I thought that I am doing great in sending my message across and elaborating on it, and the audience are clearly understand what I am saying, to realize at the end that there is a confusion. Reflecting on that, many situations I faced. One of the realization, especially after being in Toastmaster for long and doing all these projects, especially the speeches which focus on communication and the right way to send our message. I realized that the communication and the way we communicate, or let us say our communication styles, play an important role in how we get our message across. So I thought of that. What is my communication style? And realized that there are different communication styles. For example, there is a direct communicators. Direct communicators is where you focus on the goal. You don't want to listen to lots of explanation. Just give me directly what you want to say. Is that me? Maybe sometimes. Then we have another communication style, which is analytic. And I am a mathematician, so maybe some of you will say, yeah, you like the numbers. So analytical communicators usually prefer sharing numbers, graphs, and don't want a lot of information. Is that fit me because I am a mathematician? Sort of. I am not sure actually. And we have another type of communicators. Maybe that's what fit me actually, or that's what I am doing and I'm not aware. Whereas initiating communicators, where I am fun lover, love to have a fun and love to socials, love listening to others and empowering them. And we have a supportive also communicators. So looking at these all communication types and looking at different situations where I face the challenge, I will share with you where I see myself fit. Is there is one type which I am using all the time, or two types, or maybe I am mixed. I mixed these types. Actually, my friends, what I noticed that every situations need a specific way to communicate. And also the audience in front of us need a special type to communicate. So we cannot have one type with everyone and one type for all this during the whole situation. So to make my message clear, let me share with you 3 incidents or situations where I noticed where my mistake in sending my message. So as educator, I communicate with my students. So with my students, I need to be direct at sometimes, especially when I am explaining or when I am assessing my students. I need to be in control. I need to show my confidence to my students as well. But with the same students, when I am having a one-to-one session, when I am giving them their feedback, or when I am discussing their issues within the subject, I cannot be direct only. I need to be a supportive. I need to encourage them. I need to listen to them so that they can share their concern and be open with me. And because of that, I can guide them the right way. So this is how I communicate with my students. Coming to my colleagues now, Toastmaster often saying that I am smiling. I will share with you something you will be amazed and you will not believe it. Actually, this was not me who was smiling before. And I changed because of one of my colleagues while I was presenting actually a case, a task, we were having a task. He said to me, Thuraya, why you are not smiling? Because I was really serious when I was presenting. And when I was speaking, I did not smile. And that did not help me to send my message across. That, reflect in my mind. So every time now anyone said to me, you have a nice smile or you are smiling, I remember that friends who put me on the right track of supported me actually to communicate correctly by how the importance of smiling while we are presenting. So while I am presenting with my colleagues, if we are working on a project or a task and I am sharing that or I am heading that assignment, again, I need to be analytical. I need to present to them the figures which will show our progress. But sometimes I'm in another assignment where I need to be more direct and ask everyone to be on time because we have a deadline. When I am with my family, can I be analytical? Can I show them figures? Of course, no. At home, I am more supportive. I am more initiating communicators. So I will listen to my family. I will, have fun with them, showing their love, showing my love to them. But this doesn't mean when I am with my students or with my colleagues that I don't show my love to all of them and I don't listen to them. So fellow Toastmasters and friends, as I said, every situation needs a style of communication. Sometimes it is only one style, and sometimes we have to mix the styles. That's why our message will get across. So next time when you are presenting, look to your audience as well. I remember one of the cases I have where, again, my message did not cross, did not get right, because I was not aware that I was mainly direct and not giving chance to my colleagues to listen. So fellow Toastmaster, listen curiously and speak with honesty. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that piece of advice. So we have to move quickly towards the third speaker. We have a third speaker, none other than Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan. Before I introduce him, I would like to call upon his evaluator, speech evaluator, Toastmaster Jeffrey Abraham, flamboyant Toastmaster, ex-colleague of mine. He's an entrepreneur now and a champion speaker. In his own words, in the pursuit of reaching a peak of quietude in his life, he has restarted his journey, realizing that there is a better path in life, even after reaching 2/3 of the way up. With constant support from family and friends, he quells the voice of anxiety and self-doubt and hopes to reach the peak one day. All the best to Jeffrey in your mission. And you may proceed with the objectives of the speech. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Owen. Much appreciated. Today we have a speaker who is actually not synonymous with the word of the day, but rather his very presence is an antonym. And that's what we can expect from his speech as well. Today, Toastmaster Sukumar is attempting the first project of his level 3 pathway of the dynamic leadership pathway. And the purpose of the project is for the member to learn about different types of negotiation and the strategies that can be used when negotiating. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of a past or future negotiation in his or her life. I wish the very best to Toastmaster Sukumar. Back to you, Toastmaster Owen.
Thank you. So here is the Toastmaster, the charming man of deeds, Toastmaster of the Year for last year in WMC. He showed the Toastmaster fraternity what is the power of PPPR, just like how T.N. Session exhibited the power of election commissioner to Indian politicians way back in 90s. Champion table topic speaker, T.M. Sukumar Swaminathan, with his speech title, Saved by a Book. Saved by a Book, Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan. Stage is yours.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster of the Day. Am I audible and clear?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Thursdays are generally a dressed down day in my organization. It's in anticipation of the weekend quietude section. We have some coffee, some fun, and we discuss how we achieved what we achieved this week. 6 months back, I still remember, it was one such Thursday. And I received an email from our biggest supplier. Now, biggest customer. Now, this customer is a government customer, and they represent 50% of all my Apple sales. As usual, happy and gay on a Thursday, I open the email, and to my dismay, I just see 2 sentences and not a regular order. Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. The email says, Dear Sukumar, we find your pricing to be very high. We would like to rediscuss your pricing terms urgently. And if it is not fixed, then the deal is off. I was in quite a disarray, which I did not expect. Now, with such a customer with whom we earn almost 70 to 80% of our margins and over 50% of sales, there is nothing called as a negotiation. Now, the Toastmasters way of defining negotiation is in 4 ways: consultative, collaborative, competitive, and compromise. But these styles don't fit, you see. Too many things were at stake. So I run immediately to my boss and I say, we need to discuss something urgently. And I explain the situation to him. And he listens to me and he says, Sukumar, I think we cannot have a traditional way of negotiating with this customer. We cannot fit in this customer on a win-win, win-lose, compromise, or a walk away. Too many things are at stake. The best thing is we have a weekend ahead of us. And I can only give you one advice. Read this book, which is Negotiation Genius by Bazerman and Malhotra. And he said, this book has saved me several times when I was pinned towards the wall, when I was in disquietude. All the very best. 2 days in, and I could read whatever I could over the weekend, and voila, I had a plan. So on Sunday morning, I go to my boss and I say, you are absolutely right, Abu Ahmed. I have a plan. The first thing that I do is prepare to negotiate. I call our biggest customer and I say, what is the basis of you sending the email? And I share a very good relationship with this customer, and they know that we have always supported them as well. So he says, look, I have a new purchasing team and they have scouted prices regionally. And we found that the prices that you are quoting is 7 to 9% higher. If you are able to match the prices, great. Otherwise, I think we have to shake hands and walk on. 7 to 9%. I disconnect the call and I think 7 to 9% will wipe out all of my margins. And I will be in no position to do any new things whatsoever in the market, and I stand to lose the whole year. The next thing that I do is assess my BATNA. Now, BATNA stands for a best alternative to a negotiated agreement. Do I have an alternative? Well, like I just said, no, I don't have any alternative. Then I move to the next step. Define my reserve value. The best in the situation that I can actually do is to take down my pricing by about 1.5%. But it was very clear that they're looking for 7 to 9%. I move to my next step. Assess the customer's BATNA. So now I know that this customer is purchasing, it has got the pricing from Dubai. And me being in this industry for quite some time and our company being in the industry, we know almost all the suppliers in the regions. And we have never found somebody who can supply this quantum of stock to this credibility of a government supplier. And it was not possible. So I go back to my boss and I say, there is something wrong here. Let's investigate. Can I have 2 or 3 team members, core team members in Dubai checking on the pricing? He agrees. We send the team, and over the next 3 days, they go and meet all the plausible suppliers. And then we come to one conclusion, that yes, 7 to 9% pricing is definitely possible, but consistency of supply is questionable because nobody gets stock and hold it for that long. That's not the way Apple works. So we said, fine, now I know the answer, that it is, yes, it is possible, but it is not always possible. Malhotra and Wieserman gives me a solution. So I go back to the customer, and this is the time for making the deal. So I go back and I say, Mr. GM, you are absolutely right. Your new purchasing team has got 7 to 9% lesser in price. However, they cannot have the same supply and the same quantities that we do. We not only ensure your supplies, we ensure you that you have genuine Apple Arabic stock, because in Dubai, you get the stocks that are coming from US, you get the stocks that are coming from Japan, they are mixed up, and that's how the basket value is reached. You can double check. 3 days later, he calls me back and he says, Sukumar, you're absolutely right. We checked. We found out that yes, we can get the supplies, but we cannot get the supplies in the same way that we want. And that is where you stand out. And I had a team that is new, who did not anticipate all of these in a particular situation, and they just went behind one thing called as price. And I got the deal back. Went back to my boss and I said, absolutely, we rocked the deal. We are back on the table. Negotiation genius has got you on away from such tough situations many a time. And now I have also got it as my savior, and I will always use it. Back to you.
Thank you for this wonderful insight. You gave us a fantastic tip how to deal with customers. So quickly, if we begin into the next session, one moment, let me just go through with, we are a bit running late. Still, I'll just continue. I'll take a couple of minutes and move further. Are you able to see my screen or?
Yeah.
Okay. If you always appreciate the journey, your life will be the greatest destination. We heard all these wonderful speakers today and briefing us how was their journey and what they've gone through. It's a fantastic learning for us in this point of time. If you want to live an abundant life, make it a priority to follow simple ways that you can live in the present moment. There are a few things I would like to highlight here. Enjoy the small things. I may call upon Dr. Sanjay Gupta to have a word on this thought on this particular subject. Enjoy the small things for a minute.
Hi, good evening. The screen sharing is on, so I cannot see everybody, but I'll
okay,
just try to.
I will stop it. Not a problem. Yeah.
I think it's one of the most important things to enjoy the simple things in life. The complicated things really do not give you as much pleasure as the very, very simple things in life. Let me give you a few examples. Here is my wife and I get called to a celebratory dinner, and it's our hospital annual function. We are promoting our club's golf tournament club, and waiters are coming, and it's a 7-star course. And you know, you are given plate after plate, self-served, served by waiters all around us. And the first plate comes, there's a small bean over there and a couple of dots of red and design thing, and a small piece of caramel. The second course comes, soup. My wife is a vegetarian, and you know, it's chicken broth or something like that. And the third and the fourth plate comes, very nicely decorated things. And what does my wife turn to the waiter and say? Is there masala dosa available over here? And I think that in a word explains everything, that the simple things in life give so much more pleasure. When the gardener says, thank you, ma'am, for this meal you've given to me. I came hungry to work in the garden. I never expected you to give me, you know, a plate of rice and all. That thanks means more than the thanks which our CEO gives to the whole group. And thank you for everybody for contributing, which is also important. But the simple things is the one that makes us more happy than everything else. A small fact is that when we go out on a party or when we go out to any place, the pleasure which we derive out of talking to people deserves much, much more, or gets much, much more pleasure than actually listening to the huge loud music or not able to communicate. This is only one aspect of simple things. There are so many other aspects of simple things. A small pleasant walk down the road gives you more information than a guided tour which you take on a bus, which is given by a company. Whenever we travel, I always make it a point to set some time apart from the regular set menu which people have planned out on their journeys, which usually involve some paying somebody to take you out. And I think education is very important. All our teachers, all our preachers, all our Quran, Bible, Gita, all tell us that you make your life simple and you will be so more pleasant.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for this wonderful thought. Yeah, in the words of Bute Tapin, I'm starting to recognize that real happiness isn't something large and looming on the horizon ahead, but something small, numerous, and already there. The smile of someone you love, a decent breakfast, the warm sunset, your little everyday joys all lined up in a row. That's what he has put it in a nutshell. That's what you briefed, Dr. Sanjay. So we'll quickly go to the photo shoot now. Prabodha, are you ready? And let's capture the moment of quietude.
Yes.
I
Request for all to please switch on your videos. Yes. Please.
My Madam President, your photo is available. Just Please lower your camera down.
We have a guest here today. One more guest, Owen.
Yeah. We'll
Everyone,
just talk to her
please.
in some time. Yeah. Once the photo over, I'll speak to her.
Toastmaster Saji.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay. Once more, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. We will go to the next subject. I guess my sharing is paused. Resume share. Unplug. May I call upon Dr. Asha to tell us a couple of lines on this particular aspect. Unplug, how to unplug ourselves to live in the moment.
Hello.
Yeah, in brief, it's 1 minute we normally give to all the speakers.
Yeah. Good afternoon, my dear Toastmasters. It is really indeed an honor of being invited to attend your meeting this evening. And the theme of your meeting, Live in the Moment, is really such a very nice theme. And like you said, it really gets me unplugged to come out of my normal routine medical profession life and unplug yourselves to the simple things of the day and to really get rejuvenated in the quietude of the moment, you know. So it is just listening to music, listening to your Toastmasters giving speeches that really unplugs me and makes my mind so happy. And I wish to learn from your esteemed Toastmasters like Dr. Babu and Dr. Sanjay also. Really, we need more of Toastmasters in our life, and we need to be in Toastmasters forever. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you. And here's unplugging. I'm talking about even digital detoxing. These days in social media, we are so much attached to Twitter, Instagram, or WhatsApp and whatnot. It's most of the time social media is giving us lots and lots of information, and 70% of the information is not most of the time is correct, but we people keep on following that. At times it is good to disconnect ourselves, digital detoxing, unplug with all those connections and keep quiet and, you know, spend time with the family. That's what the intention of unplugging. Thank you, Dr. Asha, for coming and joining us.
Today was my family day. That's what we went out with the family, had brunch at Oasis Mall, and then went for a Mallu movie called Bhishma. And we are just back from the movie. You know, it was totally unplugging.
Right. That's very important in this fast-paced world. Yes. Yes. We are getting into another interesting session now. We had excellent speakers today. We heard them. And now it's a time for us to get into another set of Toastmastering, of impromptu speaking. Here is a person, you name him, that suddenly the thought comes into mind is innovation. If innovation is a second name, any roles it takes up, there is some innovations with that. Thank God today I am a Toastmaster of the day, so I'm out of this. and he's really going to take us into some other place. Definitely he's trying to build a team or something else. Let's see now what he's up to. Ever smiling, epitome of quietude, and he's always with something or the other, soft-spoken person, but you know, he's there and something new is always there. So here I introduce our table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Yashodan Abhyankar, our past president. Stage is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ovin. Well, they say that exception proves the rule. So today I'm going to have that. All of us are going to have that exception because today there is nothing special from my side. in fact,
that again, innovation. Everybody expected something.
I wanted to have something different, That's why I said
that's the different in you. That's the different in you.
But then you ruined it. You all ruined it. Because there was a message on the group like that cricket match and all. So I wanted few people to come forward, and then I had something in my mind, but then I did not get a good response. So I said, okay, let's make it a simple, normal table topic session this time. So all of you who are already taken some role, they can go in quietude mood and relax, because I'm going to target only those who are not having any role.
Mind it, that might be a surprise.
I told you, no surprises today. So the first table topic speaker of the day is going to be Toastmaster Raghu. Toastmaster Raghu, I know you are in XCOM. You are going to speak something during the XCOM session. Toastmaster Raghu, count 1, count 2, count 3. Hello, hello.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for the late opening mic. Sorry,
no
actually,
problem. Probably you were not expecting me.
Yeah, hope I am audible.
Yes, you are, Toastmaster Raghu.
Yes, also I will switch on my video. 1 second. Yes, please. Yeah.
Wow. So now we can see that handsome face in the car.
Car is in quietude position now. I stopped it. Yeah, please.
All right. Toastmaster Raghu, your topic is
okay.
Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take a moment and make it perfect. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Take a moment and make it perfect. Toastmaster Raghu.
Perfect, Toastmaster. And Toastmaster of the day, also table topic master, and all my fellow Toastmasters. Good evening to one and all. So, topic is don't wait for the perfect moment. And so I fully agree with that. And I think in life is nothing is perfect. So everything is temporary, and we cannot expect perfect moments. If you're expecting for perfection, then you will not be satisfied. So I think I fully agree with this topic. And in my opinion, recently, for example, I took my recent example I will take. So when one of my family member passed away, I went to the India on emergency basis. So when I do my final rituals, and really I felt, so what we are looking in the life. So finally, as TM Owen said, living in the moment, we don't know future, we don't know next minute, we don't know what will happen in the next. During that time, so we will think we want to do everything perfect, we want to have very good health, we want to have good relation, we want to have good money, we want to have a good job, and everything we want to be good. But first of all, we don't know what will happen next. And too much expectations also, I think not required, I thought. So that's why, as in line with the theme, I think we should not regret about the past. We should not anxious about the future. Just we have to live in the moment. As living in the moment creates the experience of eternity. So one of the, it may be so heard from Deepak Chopra, is good author. And really, I like this sentence. So with this, I want to conclude that. So do not look for a perfect moment, and take every moment in your life as a perfect, and then enjoy your life as it is. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, also to table topic master.
Well said, Toastmaster Raghu. Well said. As you rightly said, life is not perfect. So whatever moment comes, let's try to make it perfect. Friends,
Thank
now
you.
it's time. Most welcome. Now it's time for me to take some revenge. Although I said that I'm not going to ask the question to all role players, I'm still going to go back to one role player, because when he was doing a table topics, and I was taking up a role, I had that role, I was taking that role, and still he asked me the question. So this time I'm going to take that revenge. It was there in my mind for quite some time. So Toastmaster Sukumar, how are you?
You want to kill me or what?
Yes, as I said, today is that dream come true day for me. So I'm going to take my revenge. Well, I asked the question about the cricket in the group, and
Yes.
Sukumar was the first person to respond privately to me saying that, boss, when is the match? And so I thought, okay, he's a person who has got some interest in cricket. So I thought, why not to ask one question about cricket to Sukumar? We all know that test match was sort of a yesterday of cricket, and T20 is today of cricket. So Sukumar, do you think that T20 in the name of entertainment is killing that actual cricket as a game? Over to you.
Fast food, fast life, fast internet connectivity, jet speed, we want, and jet results. Everything is about getting to perfection in an extremely short span in time. And cricket has not been spared as well. Not just cricket, even audiobooks today is a much concise and a synopsis of the actual book. People have stopped reading the books and they're hearing audiobooks, and then they claim that they have started reading books. Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, guests, very, very true fact in today's life is we need results fast and we need everything quick. The attention span is something that is so much to be retained. The eyeballs of the customers are so much required by the marketeers that they try to put everything in a capsule. But is this life? Why don't we take a moment, savor and breathe? Yes, a 5-day test match is very much like an innings of life, where you take those breaks, where you savor the game. The game is above just the results and just the entertainment. And similarly, isn't life the same way? We don't play a life like a T20 match, and it doesn't end up in 20 years. We want the life to go beyond 20 and 30 and 40 and 50. And consistently, while we enjoy life, we also perform those duties and responsibilities at the same time. So my view, Table Topics Master, is life is all about taking it slow, steady, and consistently. And I would encourage everybody to do so and stop just focusing on T20s. Look at the test match. Back to you.
Well said, Toastmaster Sukumar. Well said. I was trying to bowl a Yorker, and still you came forward and hit it for a 6. Well, I think I have some more time for 1 or 2 questions, isn't it? Timer? Or TMOD? Can I go ahead and ask 1 or 2 more questions, or you want me to wind up?
Go ahead.
So I'll take at least 1 more question. Toastmaster Nabil, how are you?
All good, sir.
Yeah, he knew that I'm going to ask him the question, so he was prepared and sitting properly.
But
Yes?
it's not something to be prepared, right? That's my problem. I wish it was something like
No,
that.
but we have seen you attempting table topics a couple of times, and you have really done well. So I'm sure this time also you will rock.
Actually, I have not.
No, you
Anyway,
are.
thanks
You
for the
have.
nice words.
We
That is
we
just
have we have witnessed it. It's a very, very simple and easy question for you. Yesterday is a history. Tomorrow is a mystery. And today is a beautiful gift. Your comment. Yesterday is a history. Tomorrow is a mystery. And today is a beautiful gift. Your comment. Toastmaster Mohammad Nabil.
Thank you, Table Talk Master of the Day, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. Yesterday is a mystery. Yesterday is a mystery. Tomorrow is a.
Yesterday was a history.
Yesterday was a history.
Tomorrow is a mystery. And today is a gift.
I'm 100% with you, Toastmaster. Like our today's theme says, live the moment. I can connect this beautifully with this word quote you have said. Future is something really uncertain, and we can't let our past to steal our present. And so it's all about enjoying the moment we are living in, and that's how the life should be. We have to, as I was hearing the speech by Dr. Babu, quoting the situation of different people, how blessed we are. I feel like, when I heard that story of Mr. Ashokan, I feel how blessed we are in our life, because tomorrow we don't know what's going to happen. And I've read somewhere, each moment we should try to understand the other situation and compare our life with others, because tomorrow we don't know what is that thing waiting for us. Recently I read somewhere, even for if you are able to go to washroom in a good healthy way, like pass urine in a healthy way, you should say thank God, like because you don't know what's waiting for us in tomorrow. In a simple words. So yes, today is a gift. We have to enjoy it. And yeah, back to you, Toastmaster, Table Talking Master.
Lovely, Toastmaster Nabil. As you rightly said, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So let's make a best of what is there today with us. And you did that. You made the best of the opportunity you got. Wonderful.
Thank you.
I don't know why, but Toastmaster Murli is just waving a hand and we were trying to catch my attention. I was not going to ask him any questions, but now
I
3-4 times he said like this.
Yes,
So,
yes,
okay,
you must ask.
Murli. So here probably is the last question of the day to you. Murli, trying is the first step towards failure. Trying is a first step towards failure. Your take.
Good evening, Toastmaster, table topic master. Trying is the first step to failure. It's something that I think anybody who's been in sales, doing a sales job, will agree with me in total, because especially when you're doing cold calls, you're walking from one office to the other. That was one of my jobs, but I back home. And when you don't really have a plan as to who you're going to meet and whether you get a meeting appointment or you're just walking into an office, and then you're trying to charm your way in and try and get to speak to the man who you want to talk to. And there you're trying to bring out the best you have about your product. And after all the spiel that you give, that other person says, I'm not interested. And when you have had like 2-3 meetings in a row where you have people just asking you to explain the whole thing, you're like a parrot, you repeat everything, and then they say, we'll get back to you, or they say it doesn't work for you. Now, those failures at that point kind of ruins your personal personal jokes that you have, or probably in what you have started your day with, probably starts going down. That would, if you are going to go and dwell in that same feeling, maybe the rest of the day also would be really bad. So after lunch, when you go and meet somebody else who listens to you and who also has the same kind of a feeling, you succeed in doing it. So your first step could be a failure, but learning from those and trying not to dwell in that same situation makes a difference with you and at that moment. Over to you.
Lovely, Toastmaster Murli. As you rightly said, like trying can lead to the failure, but then most important part is learning from that failure and then succeeding. Lovely. Well, I think I've already overshot it, but then we have given a fair chance to most of the members who did not speak today. So with this, I hand over control back to our dear Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Owen. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yashodhan, for managing this fantastically. And we'll quickly move forward with the points I'm having in my presentation. Couple of points. The problem of going back. Yeah. The third point, let go of your past. May call upon DTM Rekha to talk on this for a minute. Let go of your past. Hello?
Yeah, I was just trying to find myself first. And I was not paying attention, Ovin. I have something else to do. So I'm so sorry. So you're saying that in order to live in the moment, you need to unplug.
Yeah. Yeah. Unplug, and then the third one is let go of your past.
Yeah. So living in the moment, what I have realized is to give attention to what is in front of you, whether it's a person, the task, or the environment that you are in. You need to give attention to that. If you're going to use your phone at that point in time, or if you're going to be thinking of the past, with that person, with that environment, we bring back all the fears, all the uncertainties, all the apprehensions that are associated with the past into that present. And then we spoil that present itself. And I was just reading Maya Angelou, and she said she had this habit that when there was so much of stress, she would retreat into silence. And she said that silence helped her focus on what was more important. And then she came back with more powerful writing. So to give attention to what is in front of your vision is to let go of all the other distractions. Back to you, Owen.
Thank you. Thank you for putting it across so nicely. It says at times, honor the past for what it was, but be okay saying goodbye. What are you ready to go let off? By releasing the heaviness of the past, it will allow you to be more present in your mind, body, and soul. So we'll quickly go to the business session. Mr. President, let's get into the business session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Owen. My dear fellow Toastmasters, let's have a quick business session, right? And at the outset, I would like to announce sort of not a very good news that our secretary, newly appointed secretary, Toastmaster Suresh Kapoor, is unable to continue in the club despite our discussions and talking with him because of serious problems with his job. So we as a committee have not been very lucky with secretary. So now what we have done is we have spoken to Toastmaster Mark, who is a new Toastmaster, and apparently he is almost ready to take up the mantle of secretary. A big hand for Toastmaster Mark. So it's really wonderful. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mark, for joining our committee for the next 3 months. And hopefully you will add value and you will also learn from all of us. So in the absence of, I will not give this assignment of reading the minutes right now to Mark. So let him be comfortable. So in the next meeting, he will read the minutes. Right now, I'll just read the minutes of last meeting, if you all permit me. Okay, so minutes of meeting number 435 held on 4th March 2022. Okay, Surgeon at Arms Toastmaster Ovin Krasta welcomed the House at exactly 4 p.m. with a friendly greetings and introduced the President, Toastmaster Rajeshwari Chauhan. Meeting was called to order. The theme of the meeting was Empowering Women, Empowering Humanity, which was in keeping with the International Women's Day on March 8th. Grammarian Toastmaster Murali Udayakant introduced the word of the day, enrichment, and explained the grammarian's role very professionally. President then delivered a motivational speech on the 5 women whose remarkable achievements were a source of inspiration and encouragement for her. After the agenda approval by Vice President Education, Toastmaster Ovin Krasta, President then introduced the Toastmaster of the Day, the most respected senior member of WMC Toastmasters Club, DTM Thuraya Juma. Our counter, DTM Manoj Pandey and Toastmaster Pannambaram Thirumalai, as the timer, explained their roles in the most competent manner. In the education session, DTM Rekha Uttam delivered a level 5 project 1 speech, while Toastmaster Pragati Nagendra Kumar delivered a level 2 project 1 speech, both of them evaluated by DTM Babu Ramachandran and Toastmaster Yashodan Abhyankar respectively. After a photo shoot by Toastmaster VPPR Praboda Sarangi, debate session began, which was the highlight of the meeting, with a friendly debate between WMC Toastmasters Club and Elite Debaters Toastmasters Club Kuwait. The debate resolution was, women make the world go around. The affirmative team was WMC Toastmasters Club, negative team being Elite Debate Toastmasters Club. The team members were WMC Toastmasters Club headed by the captain Sukumar Swaminathan, speaker number 2 Gavalier Nathan Krasta, and speaker number 3 Toastmaster Ovin Krasta. Elite Debate Toastmasters Club Kuwait was headed by Captain DTM Ramkumar Nachpalli, second speaker being Toastmaster Sai Satvik, and third speaker Toastmaster Harshavardhan Reddy. The debate moderator was Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. After the debate, a short business session was held with officers' report and reading of previous minutes of meeting and approval. Guest General Evaluator DTM Hisham Jifri then took charge of the session and evaluated the entire meeting in a most crisp and concise manner. The individual evaluators, timer, our counter and grammarian submitted their reports in a most admirable manner. After brief guest feedback, results were announced. Best speaker of the evening was DTM Rekha Uttam. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Yashodan Abhyankar. Best out of timer, our counter and grammarian, Toastmaster Murali Udayakant as grammarian. Best of Toastmaster of the Day and General Evaluator is DTM Hisham Jifri as General Evaluator. Best debate speaker was voted by popular votes, DTM Ramkumar Nachpalli. And the best team, the votes were tied. So both teams stood on par with each other. There were 22 attendees, 16 members, and 6 guests. The meeting concluded at 6:47 p.m. So this was a brief minutes of the last meeting. And If you have any comments, we can consider. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and approve and then go to the office report, and then we will open the forum for discussion. Yes, Panambaramji, you have something to say? Okay. So would you mind approving, proposing, I proposed by Toastmaster Ovin Krasta and seconded by? Okay, Toastmaster Yashoda. So meeting minutes is approved. Now let's go to our officers report. Toastmaster Rajeshwari, apparently she's not here today, but she's okay. I don't think there is much to be reported as far as Sergeant Tom's is concerned in a virtual meeting. Now, the most important thing is Raghu, which is the treasurer, whose report we are waiting. So over to you, Treasurer Toastmaster Raghu. I think you have to unmute, Raghu.
Sorry. Thank you, President. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the time. First of all, sorry to not able to attend last two meetings because I was in India with unfortunate situation in my family. So I'm back to Bahrain, so I'm able to attend. Coming to Treasurer report, till now we have 24 members renewed out of 29. Maybe what I'm updating time to time in our WhatsApp group. So our target is initially to renew all 29 members, but unfortunately out of 29 members, 3 members not able to renew it. So it became now target 29 to 26. Out of 26, 24 members already renewed, and only 2 members are in as of now quietude state after several follow-ups. Maybe I'm already in touch with them. Also, TM Ovin also touch with one of the members. And so once they come out of from quietude situation, I think we will able to renew these 2 people also. Then we can close the renewals for this time. And with this, as of now, we have good standing members of 24 members with payment status with renewals. I think now it's time to ExCom as well as for all members to try to find new members and try to improve our membership strength. You know, in the last year, we have base membership as a 31. And when we in the last renewals, 31 became almost 24. And now from 24 with new members, some old members not renewing, finally we were at 24 again. So I think it's time to gear up and try to improve our membership strength to at least to the base membership. So this is my request. Okay, from ExCom we will try. Also from the members, your inputs will be really valid and your support will be valid. And also I want to take this opportunity to thank you to all the members who paid on time and without much follow-ups, only with 1 or 2 time follow-ups. Several people paid on their own. Thank you so much for all your support. That's it. And if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer. Is there any questions from any members?
Thank you, Raghu. That we will open up after the.
Okay. If nothing,
we will open
over to you, President.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you, Raghu. Now, can we know who are the 3 who could not continue in the club? Can you listen? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mr. President, are you there?
Can you hear me? Ovin, can you hear me, Ovin?
Yeah. I'm able to hear. The 3 members are Suresh and Ranjit Pillai and Nidhi. These are the 3 members.
Nidhi is out of.
And 2 members not renewed are sorry. 2 members. One is Toastmaster Muthu and another one is Dr. Matthew. Yeah.
Okay.
These 2 have yet to come back to us. Maybe Dr. Babu may speak to Dr. Matthew and.
I think Muthu.
Sorry, there was an audio problem for me. I think sorry for that. And yeah.
I'll get a feedback from Dr. Matthew. Let me find out. Huh?
Yeah.
Did you speak to him?
Yeah. I spoke to him. He didn't respond back to me on this my question. I'll speak to him as well as Dr. Babu. You may speak to him.
He is busy with some course which is very, very tough. Very tough course he's going through.
Yeah.
That's why I think so. Let's see.
Yeah, I spoke to TM Muthu, and he's also busy with some his daughter related I think he's told he's busy and he will contact me. So I will keep in touch with TM Muthu, and so we can close the renewals for now.
We want to know whether he will renew or not.
Yeah, that is also we have to see. You're right. And as of now, he's saying he will come back. And he told when I tried to talk to him, he sent me a message by saying, sorry, I was busy and I will call you back. So I tried almost 3 times, even yesterday. And in fact, yesterday night he called me, but I was in another meeting and I couldn't talk. And sorry, today morning. So I will try to reach him again. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raghu. So 24 renewed, 2 are under discussion, and 3 have declined to renew due to serious issues. Of course, Nidhi has left the country, and the other 2 have serious job issues, which is Suresh and Ranjit both have serious job issues. So apparently, we need to go for a membership aggressive campaign the next 3 months to bring it up to at least until 30. I think Yashodhan, we started with 30, not 31. Our immediate past president?
I don't remember exactly. It was 30 or 31.
No,
maybe
no problem.
Anil can highlight that.
No problem.
Yeah, actually, President, we checked up that time myself and TM Prabodha in our club central in the TMI website. Base membership was showing that time as a 31. But when we took over, some of the people already inactive, few people, and they are not ready to pay. Because we started our term in July, but in the September renewals, some people are not ready to renew it at that time. So with that, again, we are back to 24, which is 77% we renewed. That's why even that voucher, what we got, it is only for 77%, which is around 70 USD voucher we're supposed to get. Yeah.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you. Now, this, I think,
Mr. President, Madam Turaya has to leave. So is it possible for us to just to have her evaluation before she leaves? Yes, she's having some appointment and she has to leave.
Okay. Then we will continue business session after the evaluation.
Yeah.
Because some important things have to be discussed in the business session.
Yes.
So let's, you can invite individual evaluator.
I will, general evaluator, I will call upon Toastmaster Pannambalam to do the evaluation for Madam Turaya. Okay.
Yes, go ahead. No worry.
Yeah. And before the timer, may you tell us how much time she has taken?
TM Turaya took 7 minutes 27 seconds.
Okay. Thank you. So, Toastmaster Pannambalam, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Listen with curiosity. Speak with honesty. When my speaker was speaking with honesty, fellow Toastmasters and guests, were you listening with curiosity? Were you in this moment, or were you still mesmerized by Dr. Babu's speech, or looking forward for our Toastmaster Sukumar's speech? Believe me, I was fully engaged and was full of curiosity to know her communication style and to know how it helped her. And how did she achieve that? She achieved through many techniques. One, arousing curiosity by asking a question. She started with, have you faced the situation? And she always had open gestures, open arms, and appropriate gestures that matched her messages. She used her hands like this when she said all of us, me, and when she wanted to put across an idea, she used her hands appropriately. Most important, the second one is the usage of stage. She moved her position when she was talking, referring to her students, her family, her colleagues. And most importantly, she successfully achieved the project objective to understand the communication style. Her speech shows that she was not only speaking with honesty, but also listening curiously to the feedback given by her audience. For example, to smile. If you closely observe her speech, and you will see that she incorporated very well. She was full of smiles throughout her speech. What I like most is, before she expressed what is her communication style and how it helped her, she explained the 3 communication styles: direct, analytical, and initiative, so that the audience know what she is communicating to us. It's very important. Setting the background is very important to understand what the speaker is speaking. I too agree that we need to have different style of communication for different situation and different people. If you ask me what more I would like to see and hear from her is, I would have loved seeing my speaker speaking about how a single style of communication did not help her and how her different communication style helped others. And that would have definitely inspired us more. Overall, with appropriate hand gestures, vocal variety, and with appropriate information, I was able to choose my communication style. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ponnambalam, for that crisp evaluation. And back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Owen. Well, yeah, regarding now that we have done with the treasurer report, now let's go to Vice President Public Relations, Toastmaster Praboda Sarangi. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. First, let me give one line about this meeting theme, living in the moment. But how? How you are going to live in the moment? Either you keep a state of quietude all the time, or just love the work you're doing. That's how you live in the moment. Since I asked for the articles for next eloquence, I am in a state of quietude and doing arati to the front page of the eloquence. 5 articles I
My
received.
apologies.
Thank God. I'm waiting at least another 5 articles to start the job. So please, request all of you, please send your articles as soon as possible. Sorry. Thank you, and back to you, President.
Thank you, Prabodaji. I think Dr. Babu is ready. The 6th one is Dr. Babu. And Owen and Ponnambalam and Yashoda, all 3 are already confirmed. So that will be 9. And then we need one more, Manoj Pandeyji and this. So 10 you will have within the next 1 or 2 days. So, okay. So in the next meeting, probably we can issue once you have 10 articles. Okay. So already you have received 5. Thank you so much for all the members who have contributed. I know it's a busy schedule. Everybody is having a busy time. So I think we can take up at least half an hour to write 300 to 400 words about your favorite personality. I'm sure you have a lot of favorite personalities in your life. You just need to pen it down. That's it. Nobody is going to check your grammar, but of course we will edit it. So, ladies and gentlemen, now let's move to Toastmaster Ponnambalam, our VP membership.
Good evening once again, all of you. Being in the moment is wholeheartedly accepting what is the present situation right now. But as a VP membership, we are not in a position to accept wholeheartedly that our membership is dropping. But as a team, we are all working hard. We'll have more speeches from Dr. Babu regularly. And as a treasurer, Toastmaster Regu and Toastmaster Robin, our president, everybody is working, even VPPR, everybody is working together. And if you notice, everybody is talking about our members' strength and how we can grow. So I request everybody's support to bring in more guests so that we don't accept this current situation and we can improve the.
Did we speak
Thank
to
you so
that guest, Asim from GSC, which I forwarded with Mr. Shami?
Yeah, we all spoke to him. In fact, I invited him 3 times.
Okay.
But every time he's having one or the other excuse, like, he's having some emergency, something, he's not attending the meeting. So he and another person, Shamim also, the same thing is happening. Yeah.
Okay,
Shamim,
if you all allow me, then I will speak to him one
yes,
time.
please speak to him. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. I think Murali has invited one lady last time, and she spoke very well in the table topics. So we will, I will talk to you, and you can pass on the number. Toastmaster Murali, you remember?
I did have a word with her, and I also communicated the same with Toastmaster Owen. She has, one is the kids' exams, because our second is in his 10th channel, and he has his tuitions and things like that that's going on. Secondly, she was not well last week. She again had COVID, so she couldn't attend. What I have told her is that she can attend a few meetings just to get herself comfortable with the whole scenario and then join. And the other one was, I did not pass on her number because I didn't want different people hounding her to join this, because it'll look like a hard sell.
Yeah.
So that's the same reason I gave Toastmaster Panamalam also, that I don't want to give her number till she says it's okay. So I guess that should be respected as well.
Thank you, Murali. Thank you. We'll be in touch about that. I have already spoken to Brother Khalid Abdullah, who is here, and I'm sure he's going to help us. And he promised me he will help us. And I think he will also become a member for club. Toastmaster Owen, later in your session, you can ask Khalid Abdullah to introduce and have a few words. Right now, let's continue with our business session. Owen, over to you.
Good evening once again. As per VP Education, things are quite okay. We are having role players and people are there. They're participating in all the meetings, taking up roles. Now we have quite a good line of speakers as well. Thanks to Dr. Babu inaugurating that momentum. And other things about the contest we are having, as you already mentioned, we are having a division contest on 25th. And all the best to all 4 contestants from our club. Look forward to see you all doing great and bring glory to the club. Table topics, Sukumar is representing, and evaluation, Jeffrey is representing, and on humorous speech, Yashodan is representing, and on international speech, we are represented by Norman. He will be back as well. I guess tomorrow he will be back in the island. And for the role players, the next meeting I'll be informing shortly. I haven't spoke to anybody on Toastmaster today and generally evaluated roles. I'll be reaching out and look forward to have our meeting. And another thing is that we'll be having meeting in the next month, because April 1st falls on Friday. So we'll have meetings on 8th and 22nd of April. Okay, that's it. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Owen. Well, as far as the Division C contest is concerned, if anybody like Norman or Yashodan would like to have a rehearsal or a net practice, we can arrange a Zoom session. And if anybody want to proofread your speech text, Rekhaji is there. She might go through for anything. We can help you out. And Sukumar, if you want to have a few table topics thrown and practice, let us know, Owen, or let me know, so we can arrange. All the very best to all of you. I'm sure all of you will bring laurels to our club. Having said that, let me open the session for our members to brainstorm in case if we have anything to discuss. I'm sure Dr. Babu will have something up his sleeves. Over to you, Dr. Babu.
Thank you. Thank you, Abdul Rahim. You know, I cannot keep quiet in the meeting, but I won't take time. Rekha is looking anxiously at me. Don't worry, just 1 minute only. She came closer to the screen as though if it was a physical meeting, she would have killed me. No, nothing more. Just one thing. I know we are all comfortable in the Zoom environment and the switching off of cameras and all. My only question is, when are we going to have a physical meeting? I leave it to the ex-con to decide.
What yesterday me and Vice President has discussed is that tomorrow or the day after, our Vice President VPPR will send a Google form to all the members to get their feedback. Let us see what members saying. Are they really want to go to a physical meeting, or are they still comfortable with the virtual meeting? We want to know, then ExCom take a decision, because the most important factor is there is an increase in fee as far as physical meeting is concerned. So we don't know how members are going to perceive this. So we just want their feedbacks. But what we are going to do, Prabodha Sarangi ji will be sending a Google form, and we will collect the feedback from all the members, and we'll see what the members' impression is about this, and we'll mention exactly how much will be the fee when we go to a physical meeting. Dr. Babu.
I'll tell you. You see, as we had discussed, and as the past president's panel, which we had discussed, we have our reserve fund, and it's going to be 4.5 BD, because earlier we were giving 3 BD, a very, very, very subsidized rate specifically. Now they have increased it to 4.5 BD if it is 25 people. Earlier it was 3 BD, 25 people. What we have decided is, or at least the past president's panel has offered to do is, from our reserve fund, we will be subsidizing 1 BD per member per meeting, as let's say a pandemic support, or whatever way you call it. We'll get it approved in the AGM or next business session, which we have. So that means members will have to pay, instead of 3, they have to pay 3.5. You know, prior to the pandemic, everybody was paying 3 per meeting. Now we make it 3.5 from the members. That's a 500 fils increase for the members from what was there pre-pandemic time. So that means each member will have to shell out 7 BD per month for the club, plus the TMI fees.
Yeah.
This, and we need 25 members. We need 25 members.
This is the problem what we are facing, Dr. Babu, the 25 minimum persons to bring in, because the strength itself is 25, and in that we have sleeping members like 3 or 4 members. They don't participate in the meetings. So that's the only.
No, you see, if we have 25 paying members, that's enough. That's what I'm saying. It does not mean that every 25 should attend a meeting. These 25 members who are committed, because earlier Rekha recalls Ganapati is not here. We had a long discussion about this years back, and we said there is no such thing as inactivity in WMC Toastmasters. If you are a member, even if you're out for 3 months, you have to pay. Just like a university where you have to pay even if you don't go to class. And this was unanimously accepted by the 45 strong member team, which was there at that time. And that practice has continued. The same thing will continue. It's not a question of 4 members are not coming for the meeting, say, don't pay. No. If I am a member, and even if I don't attend 3 or 4 meetings, I cannot just say I won't pay the hotel component. I will still have to pay everything. Am I correct, Rekha? Rekha can add on to it. Yes. So that way it will be 7 BD, 25 paying members, whether they come, it may be 15 members per meeting, because 25 is a minimum thing they are asking for, with all the ambience and all. And the rate they're saying, I am saying this is amazing. You won't get anything better. And WMC Toastmasters has a culture where we don't go down below our standards, at least till now. We have always had our meetings in a 5-star environment, right from the beginning. And members
so
don't let us down.
Now the most important thing for the members to know is that total per meeting, how much they are going to pay. Now 3.5 plus 24 BD per 6 months what the treasury is collecting, which means each meeting.
No, each month it is 7 BD. Sorry, each month it is 7 BD because 2 meetings.
Yeah, correct. Because instead of that, we are paying already 1 BD. There will be 6 BD extra the member has to pay.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct. 6 BD extra the member has to pay plus TMI fees.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I was just calculating how much is the TMI fee. So we give a total. This is what you're going to pay.
Correct.
Per month.
Work that out.
So if the member is paying 24 BD per 6 months, so every month he is paying 4 BD.
That is for the TMI.
TMI plus you have here 7 BD. Correct.
That is 11 BD.
11 BD. Yeah. So that's what the total will be.
Yeah.
Per member. Per month.
Not member. 11. It will be 10 because 1 BD will
10.
be adjusted by the fund.
Yeah.
No.
10 BD.
3.5 plus 3.
7. Yeah, 3.5.
No. Sorry. No, you.
Oh, that is 4.5. Okay, 4.5. Okay, I got it. 4.5
so,
minus 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5 plus. Yeah, 3.5 plus 3.5. That is 7. But currently we are paying 1 BD. So what will happen? We have to end up paying 6 BD extra because 1 BD already the members are paying extra.
Yeah. Okay. What's that Murali want to say?
That's correct. What Owen just said, initially what Owen said was not clear, where he said it was 6 BD. With the new, what Dr. Babu said was 7 BD, 3.5 plus 3.5. Since you are already collecting 1, now what you just said, so it'll be 6.
Mr. President, can I ask you something? Now we have got our members right now on screen. Sorry, I'm taking a couple of minutes more, 15. Of the 15 members, is it possible for all these 15 members to say that it is okay or not okay? Because if it's not okay, please tell. Just open up. You don't need to feel shy or anything. Mr. President, you can ask around.
Okay for me.
I'm okay.
No problem. Okay, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
If anybody is not okay, please say that because we need to take a call right now.
Yeah. Mark.
Sorry, I have taken a break. If you don't mind, Rahim sir, Abdul Rahim, may I know the budget?
Yes, Mr. President, please.
Yeah. Budget will be extra 6 BD. What we said, no, Owen was extra.
Yeah, 6 BD. Yes. Every month 6 BD extra you have to pay.
6 BD per month.
That'll be fine. No issues. I mean,
in addition to the TMI fees.
Yes.
I mean.
Okay, fine.
6 BD means 4 months.
No. The total will be the total cost. Let's say it's going to be 7 BD per month per person when we go for that one. When we say 6 BD, it means it's because 1 BD we are already paying. That is why Abdul Rahim said 6 BD. The extra amount which comes over and above the 7 BD, which is paid to the hotel, will be met by the reserve fund, which is held by the WMC Toastmasters. So that's it. So is it okay with the 15 around here? That's my question.
I think both Mark and Nabil said okay.
Okay.
Jeffrey?
Earlier, till now, we're paying 6 BD per month. So instead of 6 BD, we'll be paying 7 BD per month.
Exactly. Prior to the pandemic,
that's the difference from now onwards.
Yes.
Yeah, that is in the actual offline meeting.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes. So for 3 months, we were paying 18 BD. So now it will be 21.
21, yes.
Correct.
Sorry, Dr. Babu, just one clarification. You are only speaking the 7 BD club fee, right?
Yes.
7 BD plus 7 BD club fee plus TMI.
Yeah, TMI anyway will
TMI
be
is
fixed.
3 BD.
TMI is already paid. Raghu, TMI fees we already paid. Everybody paid. So 6 months we don't need to worry about that part. So only thing is that additional will be now for the 3 months. If you take it in advance, it will be 18 BD. April, May, June. It will be 18 BD for 6 months, 3 months in our term.
Okay, clear. For our term, clear. What I'm saying for future, when you are renewing next time, I mean in the next renewals, then it will be 7 BD club fee plus 3 BD TMI fee. It will be per
10
member.
BD. 10 BD.
Correct.
Yeah, in future, I'm telling, not now. Yeah,
Correct,
so means
correct.
every time member will be. So anyhow, before pre-COVID, we are paying 3 plus 3, 6 BD. Means 3 per club dues and 3 for what you call TMI fees. 6 BD. So 6 BD is becoming 10 BD.
No.
6 BD is becoming 7 BD.
Raghu, prior to COVID, we were paying 6 BD plus 3 BD TMI. That is, we were paying 9. Now that 9 will become 10.
Okay. So before I was considering 3 BD per this one.
No,
Clear. In that case, if
3
6
BD
plus
per
3, 9,
meeting.
then it will. Yes,
Yeah.
clear.
6 BD is going to become 7 BD. That's all.
Perfect. Clear. Okay. Clear.
Is it clear? Is
Yeah,
there
I think
anybody who says no in this group? You can openly say that, please, because only then we can move forward.
No, I
Mr.
don't
President,
think anybody has said no.
Mr. President, your call now.
Yeah, I can see all saying yes. Murali, are you okay, Murali? Yeah, okay.
Jeffrey, I didn't.
Everybody is okay.
Sukumar raised the.
Yes, Jeffrey, right?
Yeah, Sukumar is okay. Jeffrey is okay. Jeffrey is okay. And Manoj Pandey also said okay. So I think everybody is okay.
Don't ask me. Yeah.
So yeah.
Rekha, we are not asking her.
Yeah. Owen, you said the next meeting, April, which day?
Even I didn't say okay.
Huh?
I just signed it.
You just?
I just signed
No,
it.
he's okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I didn't say it that.
Okay. No, but are we going to start in April or are we going to start in May? That's next question.
It depends on the Google form, no?
Yeah, sure. Let's.
Yeah. We'll send the Google form. Now there is agreement. It's okay. Anyway, 25.
The agreement is with me. I have not signed it. Once I get it, we will.
Okay.
That's
if
all
in case, then if we start in April, then it is April 8th, we will be having our meeting. That will be our first offline meeting.
I have one question. Can you ask? See,
Yes.
if you start online meeting, instead of that, we're going for the physical meeting. Is that will be continue or both will be there on and option, both online as well as both?
No, it will be only
only offline.
Okay.
Yeah. Sukumar is raising his hand since long, and Rekha ji is also raising her hand sometime back. I saw.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
It is time that we actually look at a hybrid meeting, because there are people who will be saying that they will be more comfortable online and offline. And I think we have a great facility. Hybrid meeting is something that we can definitely achieve. We have Mark who's smiling, he's from software. He can assist us. We can set it up. So that way we will not set boundaries. We might increase our membership also. It is just a matter of ensuring that we have a camera that is recording and that is broadcasting to people who are not wanting to join a meeting physically. And for those people who want to go physically, they can do it. So, I think it's something that is a reality in today's world. And I'm sure the hotel would have been these requests would have come to the hotel as well. So why don't we explore that, XCOM?
What we can do is, in that case, let the increase in fee be there as it is, and then member can choose for a meeting he wants to be online or physical. But again, if you go in for some complications like
no, then it's difficult. Yes.
Yeah.
True.
So that can
correct,
just be kept as a provision.
Yes.
The fees will be the same.
Yeah.
Choice of attending or not attending will be the appropriate.
Excellent.
And the only thing is that Sukumar, we have to be very much sure on the quality of the what bandwidth hotel is offering. Probably they are having good bandwidth now. This is very much important to have hybrid meeting. And then the speakers, sound quality should be appropriate. If there is some problems, then it is going to create a big problem with hybrid meeting. Because corporates today do, because of sound, we are having excellent sound. Tandberg and all you use, but hotels, we don't know what.
We can give it a try.
Yeah, we'll give a try.
It all depends on many different factors. So let's not promise anybody that yes, it will be there. But then definitely will not say no. We'll 100% give it a try.
Okay. Great, great.
Can I ask brother Khalid one thing? Just a quick question, brother Khalid. Are you there?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
listening,
Just,
enjoying listening.
Have all clubs started going online, offline?
Many,
Huh?
many. If I can bet that many of them right now are thinking just doing exactly what you are doing. Let me reflect on my home club, Babco Toastmasters Club. We are going physical next meeting, so it would be on the 23rd. So this is me. Kuwait, many of them are. When I visited Kuwait last, of course, my apology for the sound. I'm in my parents' house. When I visited Kuwait in the weekend, almost all of them were going physical. And when I been there, it was totally different. They were not even wearing masks. So in Kuwait is a bit different situation. But when it comes to Bahrain, many of the Arabic clubs as well are being.
What about Manama? Manama Toastmasters is still offline.
Manama, I think,
no,
online. Still online. Manama is still online, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But many of the other clubs are going.
Can you name a few clubs who have gone physical?
In Kuwait, many.
No,
Bahrain. Bahrain, Ufuq went physical. Of course, Babco. I can tell about Babco. Tamayiz. Thief, Sanabis. Those are a few that now comes into my mind. Yeah, many are going back.
Any club in your information that are doing successfully hybrid meetings?
Okay, that's a good question. Hybrid meeting. I am a member of Tamakkan Advanced Toastmasters Club. So I'm in Bahrain and they are in Kuwait. I'm the club secretary. They have been conducting, I think they were the first to conduct hybrid meeting in District 20. The feel of that, honestly speaking, as a member of them, I don't think it's the optimal feeling, especially for those who are online. You need to have really good equipment. You need to have good setup on making sure that people who are online feel like they are part of it. So it's not easy. And I think we are going through that. Many clubs would definitely try that. Even Babco, we thought as well, we don't want to totally go back physical because there is a chance, there is a good thing about also being online. So you can have members connecting from all over the world. But yes, it's still work in progress.
So that's a good chance for our club because we have ample of our IT people and they can help us with it.
Not IT people. It is a budget is required. Budget.
Budget is also there.
You have to buy from the top class equipment. You have to buy, like as I mentioned, Tandberg is one of the best.
Even we can ask some of the equipment. Some of the equipment we can ask from the hotel also.
Yeah, this is where the hotel, if they are having, hotel is having good equipment, then we are good to do that. Otherwise, maybe Brother Khalid is mentioning about the meetings, what they are doing it in their own premises and all. So like, they are not having all these facilities. Like Babco probably should have all the facilities because you're a corporate office and it should be the case. But others, it's difficult. But we are in a good situation where you are going to the
let's see. I'll try to get some sponsorship from STC. I know somebody in STC.
Oh, wow.
Wasta.
Yeah.
Sponsor only if there is a big purchase. Yes.
I guess most schools are doing it now, having online and offline option to students.
Yes.
So maybe we could probably, and I don't think schools are investing that kind of a, I don't know if they're investing that kind of a big budget. But in general, most schools are offering this facility to choose online or offline.
No, we can give it a try. Let us see how it goes.
See, let us check in the hotel in the first meeting. Let us check there.
We'll go there and
what are the missing? We'll check and maybe.
And as Dr. Babu say, everything is a learning. We will learn.
That is your famous dialogue.
And we will succeed.
Okay, so I guess we are going running past the time. Yeah, we are too much beyond time.
Only one problem we'll face that when you go for the physical meeting, we'll not have this presence of a charming personality, DTM Khalid.
Yes, DTM Khalid is always attending our meeting. Yeah, thanks for that.
I can easily be persuaded by sambusa and anything. So don't worry.
True. And yeah, that's it. I guess what we will do, we will give a try. Maybe we'll ask a couple of members to participate online also. That way we are able to test the audio system and quality and all as well. If possible.
Yeah, we'll arrange.
Yeah.
We'll arrange.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, thank you very much, DTM Khalid, for your valuable opinion. Thank you so much for coming over. Thank you so much. And I really echo Brother Khalid's opinion. What I got the impression from other clubs also, they have not been quite happy with the hybrid meeting. That's the impression I got from many clubs. And I echo his feelings, what he said. Anyway, so any other thing to discuss in this business session before we conclude?
Another one, probably it may take time. Again, one question, we may put that in the group as well, because I'm seeing lots of members in the group, WMC Toastmasters group. And in that, we don't have, we are only having 24 members. Why don't we come out with something like we create a separate group for active members and keep the WMC Toastmasters group active, but we'll only keep the agenda and all. Rest of the things, we will do it in our group. We'll create for every year, we'll create a group saying that, okay, this time we'll keep it as a 21, 22, and the next one 22, 23, whatever it is, we'll change the name. So that's a point I just want to.
Done.
Is there is there any need for that? Like we always say like WMC is a family, and once you are a family, you are a family. So if they leave, if anybody is not, if they keen to see all the messages and all, they will exit a group.
No, let me see. Let me tell you something. Let's discuss that later at another time.
True.
Rekha has her own idea. She had shared with me. Let's defer it for the time.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Can we also defer the general evaluation as for now? That we catch on the agenda on time.
No, we need.
Because the blame will come that the meeting got late because of me. That is where I am worried.
That's for sure.
Because Dr. Babu has already asked that I will only take few minutes. Rekha is angry and this is that. Timer, please note. But apart from all that we artillery we put in position, Dr. Babu is Dr. Babu.
Let us, Mr. Pandey, will keep it for your general evaluation. Your turn now. We'll go to President. President, we are done with this?
Yes. Meeting business session is now concluded. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Let's go to the next point. Is now we are having general evaluation. We are. I would like to call upon our general evaluator, very calming person. He knows in and out of live in the present moment. He is preaching every day, and he is going to enlighten us on this and giving his valuable feedback on the general evaluation. Over to you, DTM Manoj Pandey.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. We have now come to the evaluation portion of our meeting.
Sorry, I'll take a minute because as we last time somebody visited, and thanks Kumar for highlighting, we have to extend our meeting, I guess. Then again, we have to propose to extend it. So, Mr. President, please, shall we do that?
Yeah. Let us pass a resolution. Can somebody? Yeah. At least 20 minutes. I think 6:50 should be okay.
Yeah. Okay, 25 minutes will be right time, I guess, because we have to give the
one evaluation already done. So
yeah, 2 evaluations are there. Okay, 25 minutes.
Yeah. So can we have somebody propose for 20 minutes? Yes, Kusukumar and Dr. Babu. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. General evaluator, over to you.
Thank you. So this is a time for evaluating the whole meeting. This is an extremely important part of our meeting as it provides the speakers who have gave prepared speeches tonight with an instantaneous feedback from their fellow Toastmaster who will be evaluating them. The purpose of evaluation is to give both positive comment and suggestion for improvement for their next endeavors. Hopefully, each speaker will feel encouraged by the aspect of their speech that went well and motivated to make their speeches even better for the next time. My role as a general evaluator is just to introduce the individual evaluator for each speaker I will also share some of my observation, if any, I have made regarding the overall quality of the meeting, because I was in the moment to moment. First, I would like on the timers to please give us the report on the individual speakers, as we have done with one of the speakers. So I will request her to give the timing criteria of the two speakers, only for the speaking.
Toastmasters and guests, PTM Dr. Babu took 8 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Sukumar took 7 minutes 48 seconds.
അല്ല അത് കഴിഞ്ഞുള്ളൂ 8:30 ഞാൻ വിളിക്കാം.
Now he will mute. That's Dr. Babu. He will mute in the wrong time. Okay. So thanks for the timer. Hope everybody has noted the time. And now you need to evaluate the timing evaluation you have to do. So without further delay, and let us call on the first evaluator, who is none other than DTM Rekha Uttam, to evaluate the speech of DTM Babu Ramachandran. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Manoj. You all can hear me, right? I wish our savings would jump from 2,000 to 8,000 in 2 years, but it's always the debts that run up the meter and make our lives so miserable. And this is a story that we keep hearing again and again. Good evening, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and my speaker in particular. What a valuable speech it was that Dr. Babu proposed and propounded to us today. It made us contemplate, it made us think of how people live and how difficult life can be when circumstances force you to take loans which you're not able to repay, when you lose a job, when you lose your very legal existence in this country, how difficult eking out a daily living it can be. Narrated in a heart-stirring way, it really touched our souls. And it is so timely and informative to know that such avenues like life exists within the framework of ICRF, and how it has reached out to the community to actually really help out people, and the individuals who step forward at this time of real grievance and step in to help. It really forces us to think that how we need to take care of people around us. It's not just about eking out an existence for ourselves. So thank you, Dr. Babu, for bringing out that valuable, very valuable message to us, and in a forum like that, when even TMI is emphasizing on community outreach. Now you have taken the feedback and then incorporated this story into the speech. And when I look at it, there is nothing more that you could have added. The way that you need to go forward in your speeches is to get your technology right. You cannot have the ceiling looming down on you, because it just makes you, it dwarfs you, and we lose your complete body language of what you're trying to tell us. You need to match your expression to the words that you're saying. So when you're greeting, whatever the tragic circumstances, when you say a good evening, I need to feel that good evening. Good evening, Toastmasters should have been said with a smile. And I won't even encroach upon the timing, because that we had taken an anticipatory bail. But yet, a speaker like you need to look at time. Other than that, You have inspired me to life, listen, involve, foster, and engage not only with my life, but with everyone else's. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Can we have a round of applause for that beautiful evaluation? Yes, Dr. Babu, now how long you will be handicapped with technological handicap. So you need a tuition to take.
Yeah, you need to sort this out. It's not acceptable, Dr. Babu.
Yeah.
That's why I said we should go physical.
Yeah.
That's why
no, I know that nobody can match you physically, but even you have to match us technologically. So that's one thing. And yes, today you were, as said, you're good. You were completely prepared like a child, full of passion. And the moment you were called, you were just good evening. And that was not a good evening with love, which is your trademark. So that was really felt by the lady. So at least you should know your audience. So that was a beautiful walk. Now, without further delay, let me call on the second speaker, Toastmaster Jeffrey Abraham, to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan. Over to you, Toastmaster Jeffrey.
Thank you, General Evaluator. If I'd like to request a timer for the timing of the speech, please.
7 minutes, 47 seconds.
Sorry, come again?
10 minutes, 47 seconds.
7:47.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today we had an atypical performance by Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan. His objective was to come on stage and deliver a speech about negotiation, an experience that he had, and it was an eye-opener for all of us. I think Sukumar has understood the style of negotiation, not only from his workplace, but also as a VPPR, when he would negotiate with DTM Rekha Uttam in handling some of the jobs. So he's actually a great negotiator, and that's something that we are actually learning. So he came on the stage, he was quite confident. I enjoyed the fact that you were able to make it a moment of learning at the same time. It was not just about giving out your experience, but also it was a moment of learning. And many of us who are especially, let's say, entrepreneurs or senior positions in our job, this is something that many of us could take away. So we do appreciate that very much. I also like the very fact that you came on stage and you had a prop. You used, instead of having a PowerPoint slide presentation, you used a paper that was written down, and you were able to convey the messages that you read from that Art of Negotiation book very well. However, one thing that I noticed is that I believe today being Holi, a lot of the energy was sort of already dispelled out of your system. So today when you came in, there was clearly something instead of disquietude that I expected from you, ended up a sort of a solemn affair altogether. So when you came on stage and you gave that intro, it was not punchy at all. When you said and you gave your crowd salutations, you could have made it more effective by saying the negative news that was given by this big government agency, not after the salutation, because that punch was lost in the intro as well. Secondly, your voice modulation, you were completely out of energy. During the entire time, you were just one tone. And I didn't really know what was the time to be excited, not excited, to be sad, to be anticipatory. I really didn't know as an audience. And that lack of energy did sort of pull it down. Other than that, I believe that if you had come on stage, you had really displayed that entire story in a very effective manner and condensed a lot of that learning material that you also put forward to many of the audiences, then your message would have been little bit more, well, much more effective. And the speech has a lot of development that could be given. And I believe that outside of that, you are a great speaker. You have already reached level 3. And clearly, you are a leader, not only here at Toastmasters, but also at your place of work. So I wish you all the best in your next speech. If you would like, you could actually take the time and really redo this and give it that Sukumar flavor that we would all like to hear and see. Wish you all the best, Toastmaster Sukumar. Back to you.
Wonderful evaluation, and it was a great speech, great learning for all of us. Only with the speech, it clearly depicted that you have cracked the deal, you managed to maintain it, but that N2 was not when you were telling about it, when you were speaking to us about it. The way you worked with that great enthusiasm and you did everything for that, that's what I meant from myself. That was a great speech, great eye-opening, and great learning to all. Now, this is a time, let us, if the poll is ready, I can ask the moderator to launch the poll for the best speaker and the best evaluator.
Yes.
No, we'll do it together.
Do
No?
it.
Or
Okay.
table topic as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
all together.
Okay, no worries.
Because you
Now
have to
let
ask
me
the
call.
grammarian.
Okay, no. Now let me call on the timer to give his her timing report on the table topic and the evaluator's evaluation.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. For table topic, Toastmaster Raghu took 2 minutes 7 seconds. Toastmaster Sukumar took 2 minutes 11 seconds. Toastmaster Mohammed took 2 minutes. Toastmaster Murli took 2 minutes 10 seconds. For evaluation, DTM Rekha took 3 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Jeffrey took 3 minutes 7 seconds. Back to you.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Ponnambalam as well, evaluation, how much time it took?
Toastmaster Ponnambalam took 3 minutes 11 seconds.
Okay.
So I think all are done. Can we have a round of applause for our timer? She has done a wonderful job. And with this, let me call on the grammarian also to give up his report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Well, since time is at a premium, let me wind up in 2 to 3 minutes maximum. I have seen that the word has been quite popular with almost all speakers using it, right from Prabodha, Ovin, Rekhaji, Manoj Pandey, Sukumar, Murali, Dr. Babu, Pragati, Ponnambalam, Mark, Nabil, Jeffrey, Yashodhan, Raghu, all of them are using it. Thank you very much. And in proper context. Well, some of the things that we might want to improve, well, not much really actually. Dr. Babu speech already Rekhaji has evaluated beautifully. The time factor probably he might want to be more concise and crisp as far as language and the structure of the speech is concerned. And same goes with the Toastmaster Sukumar, who I have seen that despite his tremendous content, superb speeches, he has a problem with the timing in almost every speeches, which apparently, again, he's a natural speaker, but at the same time, there is something where he can cut down on words, cut down on the narration part, and make it concise and crisp, so it is more effective as far as language is concerned. Well, I heard a phrase, I represented 70% of my Apple sales. Now, of course, we all know the speaker Toastmaster Sukumar, we know what he means by apples. But if a guest is there, he may think that he's selling apples, fruit apples. So it's better, speak to make it very clear, Apple iPhones or Apple iPods or whatever it is. To be very specific, so there is no room for ambiguity. And there was overshotted. There is no overshot, overshot, not overshooted. Yeah, somebody said overshooted. There is no overshooted. It's overshot. And I've seen one error as far as spelling is concerned. Almost everywhere in WhatsApp groups and everything, most people use. I mean, some use lose. The word lose, L-O-O-S-E. It is loose means it's not tight. They're using it for lost, like I lost, I'm losing. For that, they're using L-O-O-S-E. Loose is not that L-O-S-E. Both are two different things. Both are poles apart. So I have seen this in the WhatsApp group. Let us correct on that. And As far as good usage is concerned, there's a beautiful usage, umpteen times Owen used, and flamboyant, so many uses. And what the heartening thing in today's meeting, what I saw, is the tremendous improvement of Toastmaster Pragati. Her explanation, timing explanation in the beginning, the way she explained was very crisp, very concise, very fluent, without any fumbling and stumbling. Beautifully done. She is one Toastmaster who has really improved a lot. And now when she came back with her language has improved a lot. The way she spoke in the last minutes in the meeting, her speech was fantastic. So I really commend Toastmaster Pragati as far as her language and grammar is concerned, and the way she is keeping it crisp and concise. Keep up the good work and you are good to go. Now, the scorings, as far as scoring is concerned, we have some scores we have accumulated in the WhatsApp group. Now we have continued here with the usage of the word, with the usage of good language, phrases and quotations, and some minus marks for errors. So what we have now right now is, I just announced, I will not say particular because time is at a premium, exactly where you lost or where you gained, that I will not explain. I will just mention each member how much you have aggregated, and then Prabodhaji will be displaying digital certificate for the first and second best linguist speaker of this evening. Okay. Rekha ji 7.5, Dr. Babu 5, Jeffrey Abraham 3, Owen Krasta 5, Sukumar Swaminathan 7, Rav Kumar 2, Prabodhaji 2, Yashodan 4, Muhammad Nabil 2, Toastmaster Pannambalam 4, Murali Udayakant 4, Toastmaster Mark 2, Pragati 3, and DTM Manoj Pandey 4. So as I can see, the best speaker, grammarian's choice, number 1 is Toastmaster DTM Rekha Uttam, and second best speaker is Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan. Congratulations to all of you. I think we have done an excellent meeting as far as grammar and language is concerned, and we have learned quite a bit as much as I did. I hope you enjoyed this, and over to you, General Evaluator DTM Manoj Pandey.
Thank you. Can we have a round of applause for that wonderful work done by our grammarian for today's evening? Now, without further ado, before I go on my reports, which will be very brief, let me call on the counter also for the report. Toastmaster Mark, hope you are there.
Yeah.
Glory.
Thanks, Toastmaster Manoj Pandey. I'm Philo the Toastmaster. Today I can see very grateful, colorful speeches for the Philo the Toastmaster and speakers and guests. Today I can see very less account or repeating words. Again, I will repeat the names. Toastmaster Babu Ramchandran, he talked only one time, and Toastmaster Toraya has talked with one time, two times. Toastmaster Ovin, 2 times. Toastmaster Panambalam has one time, and Toastmaster Raghu 2 times, like 2 times, repeated words, so that you know, repeat word 2 times. And Toastmaster Nabil 2 times, 1 time. You know means that is 2 times. Toastmaster Murali talk about 1 time, you know, 2 times, repeated words 2 times. Back to Toastmaster Owen and Manoj Pandey.
Thank you for Toastmaster Mark for that wonderful job and assignment that you have came forward and took this, and you have done a wonderful job. Can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Mark for taking up this assignment and executing it to the perfection? Now, this is the time that I'll give my general evaluation of the meeting. Regarding the time management, we know in WMC, we always start in time, and 50% of the young blood They are very enthusiastic. Until we go to the 50% of the meeting, we are always on time. The rest, you know, is all the past, the mighty olds, and they take on the meeting. They ask for a minute to speak. They position all the artillery. They empower everyone that they will not speak. You can check on them, and they go unchecked. And the love within our heart is that we like to listen to them as they speak very well. That really empowers our ability to be here in WMC Toastmaster. So there were very few meetings which ended in time or little before time, but the great quality of those meetings was with Dr. Babu. So the thing is that the choice is yours. Either we are going with Dr. Babu or without Dr. Babu. There is no means to be in the Toastmaster meeting. So I'm opening the floor to all of you. So time management was perfect, as I said, for the 50% of the meeting till we were going through the education session. So that was wonderful. We can pat our back one side. The one side still promises, challenges are there. Coming to the theme of the meeting or the Toastmaster preparation, can we have a round of applause before I go with my reports for the Toastmaster of the day? It was very apt theme, as life now more is in our heads. We live in our head. We don't live anywhere else. Rest is a compulsion for the salary and for all other things. We are here and there in dots. But if we want to find anyone, all of us are a bundle of thoughts. To be in the present was the apt thing this evening, and many of us were enlightened. Good preparation, good way, you provided the tools to be calm with your music and all other things that we can do. So wonderful job, keep going, proud VP Education. Now coming to the table topic session, that was the greatest surprise that this man walked simply, and he was as straight as we have never been taught of. So that was the greatest surprise for us. Can we have a round of applause for wonderful table topic themes, topics, and the greatest surprise that he didn't give any surprise. It was so simple, so apt, never being thought of Toastmaster Yashodhana Abhyankar. What to tell about our speakers and the evaluators? All of them were seasoned speakers. If I align them to one side, they were all teachers. They are all our empowering Toastmaster who have empowered many of us. So they were great speeches on great topics, very close to our heart. Evaluators have done their good job. So can we have a round of applause for all our evaluators and the speakers? Regarding all other things, that the introduction of the guest and the business session, that was very apt and professional. We discussed really very deep into each and every matter that was concerned to the club. And I just wanted to add on that let us be precise on our discussion as per the agenda timing, or there is another way to do it, give the timing in the agenda and do that. So whatever way you want to go. So now I will like that if the moderator is ready with the poll, we can go for that. Or else if I speak much, you know. So let's, if the moderator is ready, we can go for it.
Can I just go out and come again because there is issue?
Go out.
Give me
okay.
one. I mean, I have to log out and log in again.
Yeah, I got it.
Manoj Pandit, I think he needs time. So in order not to waste time, you can
hand over to you.
No, hand over to the team.
Okay, now he's ready, I think.
But I think there is disqualification, correct, Mr. President?
Yeah. So there was one time disqualification,
Yes.
and the moderator has to omit that.
2-time disqualification. I think myself and Sugumar are disqualified based on the time.
No, this is the poll that I launched just for the time, I think, because even if he logs in, this was my mistake when he logged in. I don't know what happened, but I had the previous session of WMC open, I guess.
No worries. I can able to see the poll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I have just launched it now. Please go ahead, and for the time's sake, maybe you should stop marking Dr. Babu and
Toastmaster Sukumar, yeah.
So
Not myself. You will not find myself. Toastmaster Sukumar and Dr. Babu.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
In that
Only
case,
in the category of speech. Because you will find
then-
Sukumar there again.
One more.
Yes, Sukumar.
Yes.
You want to say something, Sukumar?
No, I think 12 of 13, and because I launched the poll, I think we're done, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you noted this, Toastmaster Prabodha?
Yeah, let me end the poll. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You can go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. Hope we are done with the general evaluation. And I hand back the control to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Ovin, the floor is yours.
You have to unmute, Owen. Unmute. Yeah.
Thank you, DTM Manoj, for the great evaluation. It was crisp and it was very clear. And I'll just one slide. I'll just continue here. Yeah, the last point was focus on your breathe. I wanted to ask, but I guess your poll is ready. Then we will go ahead. It is just to talk about the breathe. You have to thank God you're having a breathe and focus on it. When we are alive, then we are able to breathe. Otherwise, we depart this world, then we are unable to breathe. So focus on your breathe, give a moment, do not rush. That's the message. I will conclude here. Thank you very much.
It's
Please.
a focus on your breath, you say, not
Yeah, breath. Yeah, correct. Thank you for correcting. Please stop complaining when you realize that you have opportunity to study in university, good house to live, beautiful clothes to wear, family and friends, good job, and enough food to eat. So I'll take your leave. Thank you very much. And I'll hand over control back to President. Thank you.
Thank you, Owen. Okay? Thank you very much. Well, first of all, before we conclude the session with the ballots, let us give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Mark for joining the XCOM. And also a big hand for Toastmaster Muhammad Nabil for a very flawless table topics commentary in which he displayed excellent language. Congratulations, well done. Yeah, Toastmaster Prabodhaji, you can display the results if you are ready. Otherwise, I'll just quickly ask Dr. Asha to comment 30 seconds. Dr. Asha, if you have any comments for 30 seconds, quick comments.
So I need to ask actually one thing. There is a tie in evaluation.
Okay.
How
I means give it to both. Give it to both.
Give it to both. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Give it to both. Yeah.
You have to unmute Dr. Asha.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a real, it was a very nice meeting. I heard the beginning and I heard the end. In the middle, I had to drive to the clinic to do an emergency. And I am in the clinic. I said, I want to listen to the end of the meeting. After this only, I will go back home.
Thank you.
But all in all, it was really, really very good. And Dr. Babu, thank you so much for inviting us. I think Dr. Sanjay has already gone because he also must have had some other emergency. And live in the moment was a very nice theme for you to have. And whatever I heard, I have learned a lot from all of you. And I'm really grateful for being there. Next Friday will be our meeting in Bahrain Medical Fraternity Toastmasters Club. It will be our 23rd meeting and we will be finishing 1 year. It will be our first anniversary also. I cordially invite all of you from WMC Toastmasters Club to kindly join and be with us for our meeting on 25th March from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Sorry, 3 to 5.
3 to 5? Okay,
said-
yeah, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Dr. Babu, you are the greatest. I really adore you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Asha. It's nice to see you. Nice to see your exuberant face all the time. Thank you so much. Yes,
Okay,
Prabodhaji.
so thank you. Let me share.
Mr. President, one thing is there. Dr. Asha knows the timing of a meeting. 6:30. She logged in at 6:45, and she is hopeful we are still on.
Exactly.
Yes,
I
right.
kept my fingers crossed, saying 100% if Dr. Babu is there, definitely he'll be there till 7:30.
Oh, see how Dr. Babu is now famous.
Okay, so best timer counter grammarian award goes to Toastmaster Abdul Rahim. Best CMOD GE Table Topic Master Award goes to Toastmaster Ubin Krasta. Best Table Topic Commentator Award goes to Toastmaster Sukumar. Best Evaluator Award goes to Toastmaster Punambalam plus DTM Rekha. It is a tie. Best Speaker Award goes to DTM Thoria Duma because two are it's by default.
Qualified.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Then first Speaker Award from Grammarian DTM Rekha Uttam, and second Speaker Award from Grammarian is Toastmaster Sukumar Swaminathan. Thank you, and back to you, President.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Prabodhaji. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all the winners and participants. Though we are late, I'm sure all of us enjoyed every moment of this meeting.
Yes.
Aren't we? Yes.
Yes.
And once again, Dr. Asha, thank you for joining. Thank you, Dr. Babu, for inviting her. And we look forward to see you. Anything anybody want to comment before I conclude the agenda meeting?
No, just to comment, just to do that fast.
Thank you. The
Happy
meeting is
Holi.
adjourned.
Happy Holi.
Happy Holi to all.
Happy Holi to all.
Happy Holi.
Thank you.